Do this from here. Did that work? It did work. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. So my name is Devious. Very chill, low-key stream today. Because, frankly, I am not feeling the greatest, but that's alright. Literally just going to be posting this in my own server. And then I'm going to be kicking back and doing basically whatever's on my daily list. So hello, guys. What's up? Yeah, not really much to say at the moment. Just kind of... I've been sort of having a rough couple of days. And it's finally starting to level out a little bit. But... still kind of a thing, so you're going to hear me probably lean back and do not a ridiculous amount of high octane shenanigans, but yeah. We're probably not even really going to leave the, actually, you know what? I take that back. I was going to say we're not even going to leave the room, but I do want to go and re-up the estates very quickly. I haven't been on Final Fantasy much, and... thing. What's up, Hell? How you doing? Okay, that's working properly. OBS, for some reason, wanted to say that, oh yeah, your Stream Elements is connected to, like, your Stream Elements is exclusively connected to your Twitch. I'm like, dude, I don't stream on Twitch. So it demanded that I log in via Twitch. Oh. Sounds ballin' in here. If none of y'all have been to the Free Company estate, this is it. Downstairs is a little different. We're not gonna go there right now. Yeah, that's a vibe. Evening, how you doing? I am okay. I'm having some anxiety issues still, but that's more or less under control at the moment. You know, knocking on wood. But I am feeling better, which is nice. We are here. Yay. Okay, I am not going to lose my house anytime soon. Huzzah. Alright. Literally just going to be smacking through dailies a little bit so I can get some of this delicious stuff. I know I promised that I would do, like, we were gonna do the new raids at some point. That's not gonna be today. I am not mentally here enough for it, as I'm sure you guys can tell just by listening to me. In fact, I really want to play Gunbreaker, if I'm honest. So I'm probably just gonna go Summoner, which is my usual I don't feel like existing today build. Yeah, we're just going to fire it up. We're going to fire it up and we're going to vibe. That is going to be today. If you guys feel it in your hearts to give me a like, I would very much appreciate it. Otherwise, don't even worry about it. We're vibing. We're hard vibing today. Oh yeah, Age of Wonders drops in the next couple of days, and that is going to be interesting. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Actually, wait a minute. Do we have... Okay, yeah, so it's Tuesday. Tuesday it goes live. Can't wait for that. Age of Wonders 4 looks absolutely fire, by the way. If no one's seen it or anything on it, it looks amazing. There's so much customization that you can do. All the systems look squeaky clean. I've been watching a lot of creators play it. It looks awesome. So I'm going to be fiddling with that as soon as I get a chance. Summoner is nice for brain dead mode. That is my thought exactly. In case the like the tone of voice isn't giving it away, I am barely here, motivation wise. I really just want to go take a nap. So yeah, But as you can see, it's like it's 7:30, so I don't want to take a nap and then not sleep. And actually, this is kind of a big step for me. I didn't want to worry anybody, but I was having like kind of a God. I'm afraid I really don't want to use the term chest pain because that automatically like triggers a response in a lot of people. So it's like sort of an ache in the chesticle area, but I have a lot of muscle in front of my rib cage, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking, because like I've been knocking out some push-ups every now and then, I'm thinking it's just in the muscle, but then that kind of kicks on with my anxiety, and that's been getting a lot worse lately. So basically, it's just been cascading completely out of control, and my entire existence has been just trying to convince myself that I'm not constantly on the verge of having a heart attack. And I'm not, by the way. Like, medically, I am fine. I want to stress that. Medically, I am as healthy as can be. I've gotten hit with EKG multiple times. I went to the urgent care again yesterday to get checked out, and this is what they said. So, hell, reading that makes me feel a lot better. Because like, I've never had random chest pain before. And I'm genuinely glad you said that, because that makes me feel a lot better about what I'm going through. And I know I don't have it bad. Like, I've never had to deal with the physical aspects of anxiety before, but holy crap. It comes out of nowhere, and it does genuinely feel like at any given point your heart could just stop, and that is understandably disturbing. I'm going to start talking about this now. Because I feel like that's either going to get me going or get somebody else going, and I don't want either of those to happen. Jack Wolf. Sorry, I was ranting at the time. Hail, mighty lord of the gunblade. Not with the gunblade at the moment. How fare thee, Grand Master of the Vibe? Yeah, may your headache and drowsiness be cured forthwith. I actually don't have a headache. Okay, I said that, and I'm like... Okay, at the risk of grossing some people out, there's, like, this zit on my forehead. And I feel like I have a headache, but every time I kind of reach up and sort of touch it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's just there on the skin. So like it genuinely feels like my body is just sending me all kinds of false flags at the moment. So I'm vibing. When I went to the urgent care last night, the doc gave me some meds. And it's supposed to be like stuff to kind of level me out, calm me down a little, and it actually worked. It worked really well. I took one last night after I got home, and I slept so well. After that, I'm convinced that I have very bad anxiety because I have not slept that well in a long time. Not familiar with that game? It's a 4X strategy game. It's kind of like, imagine if Civ went absolutely ham with fantasy stuff, and that's pretty much it. Also, it actually has combat, and it's good. From what I hear. Settle down with heat compress. Oh yeah. It really sucks. Yeah. Sorry if I like poked at anyone else's anxiety. It's just I felt the need to kind of describe why I haven't been as present. Especially after last stream, I was like, yeah, I'll try and do some Vero trauma or something tomorrow, and then here we are a week later. How long has it been since the last time I streamed? Because I feel like it's been a while. I'm afraid to look. I want to say it's like a week or two. Yeah, over 2 weeks. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Hold on. Oh, right. The Dark Tide stream, that got hit with limited ads. And I got him to review it, and it's still limited ads. So that's just apparently not a good game to stream. It's April 26th, so 4 days. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, it's only a few days. It's alright. Telling yourself what sounds neat. Yeah, I'm a big fan of 4X games. It's just... y'all probably noticed that I like to play Total War Warhammer quite a bit. And that's just one of those games. Like, once I know how a game works at that level, I can, like, throw it on, and it's one of the more relaxing things that still keeps my brain engaged. that I really, really look forward to. By the way, if Lizzie is here, thank you, you freaking psychopath, for buying me the base version of Age of Wonders. Because I mentioned it in the Discord, and she freaking leapt on it like a damn tiger or something. I genuinely forgot that that was a possibility, and I was like, eh. Having money issues at the moment has just kind of broke, and I don't want to ask for anything, but hey, I'll complain about it. It'll be funny. I'll make fun of my own inability to hang on to cash for any length of time. It'll be a joke. And then Lizzie just kind of slides in while I was like, I think I was going downstairs to get a drink or something. And she just legitimately went, "Oh, really?" And immediately yeeted it at me. I came back and saw a bunch of messages and something on Steam was like, "Oh shit, no, crap. I didn't mean to." He's been completely absent, streams. It's weird. I've not heard her of any calm idea. She's wanted to send me on. That's fair. I mean, kind of the same thing, man. If I had the money to throw at you for calm stuffs, you know I would. Wait, I forgot. It's been a while since I played this game, alright? So, apologies, friends. I am dragging a lot of hate. Just gonna throw this on. When in doubt, just delete. My gameplay is going to be tactical garbo, by the way. Because like I said, I have just not played in a while. So apologies in advance. Also, there is a chance that at some point I will break off and go take medication. Because there's still like that sort of, that whisper of a feeling. And I'm trying to stream as a way to prevent myself from thinking about it. This is therapeutic for me, just a bit. I say that and it immediately kind of sparks again. Freaking annoyance. Go. Oh, are we moving? Why are we moving? Friend? Friend, why are we moving? Okay. Gentle ladies and countrymen, I believe I have angered the things. Pop, watch him drop. Those who haven't learned not to say anything about games. I know the feeling, man. And yeah, I should have learned by now. It was just like one of those moments where I wasn't really thinking. And that stuff that they put me on, it is... Actually, I take that back. It should have worn off by now. It's like an every 6 hours kind of thing, so... But yeah, I'm very well aware of Lizzie's compulsion to yeet games at people, as you say, at this moment. Honestly, though, I'm very thankful, because I was kind of having to decide, like, okay, do I... Because I've been door dashing very, very sparsely. And, there it is, okay. Hitting it with the big bang, don't mind me. Completely forgot what I was talking about. It's fine. Is it just the one now? Okay. I forgot it starts out with just the one. Delegate key. Okay. I feel like over here. Never mind. Ow. It's okay, I have a shield. Actually, not that bad. Eh. Yes. Ooh. I don't know if I just wasted that or not. I also don't particularly care. I just realized what the healer said. Freaking greetings and salutations. Your life is in my hands. Yes, it is, friend. Please do not kill me. Apologies if you hear a chair squeaking, for I'm literally leaned back as far as I can. Pure vibe mode at this moment. Oh, well, that's not happening. Bamboozled, betrayed, tricked, and perhaps even... I don't know what the last one is. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the last one is. Hey, Baganacho uploaded. It's a Kenshi YouTuber. Very chill dude. When in doubt, initiate artillery barrage, it'll be fine. Dude, just go down, please. Well, I did see what you were saying, I just didn't get to you. Yeah, when I had that anxiety spell a while back. I just put a pain in the middle of my chest the whole damn time, and it was a stress. Felt like I was gonna... Yeah, again, hell, thank you so much for sharing that. That makes me feel so much better. Like, not that another person has gone through this, but it's like, yeah, this isn't just an isolated me kind of thing. Like, somebody else with a similar issue has gone through that. So I really appreciate you sharing this. It really does feel like it's it's very hard to describe without it sounding really, really bad, too. And I think that might also be part of me kind of freaking out about it. It's like, when I went to the urgent care, I really did not want to utter the words chest pain anywhere near them. Because urgent cares aren't, like, equipped to deal with a lot of that stuff. So if you have, like, a serious issue, if you have legitimate chest pain that could be like a life-threatening deal, then chances are they're just going to tell you, okay, go to the ER, because we can't help you. And if I went to the ER, then I'd be sitting in a hospital for, you know, upwards of 5 hours waiting to be seen. And that's just not going to help. This is my biggest fear. I go to the ER, burn like $1,000 because my health insurance at the moment is pretty blah. And then they tell me, no, you're just having a stress reaction. There's nothing medically wrong with you. And then they send me home. That's the big concern. It makes you feel better, and am chasing damn Lich and Warframe that decided to steal my orc and reactor blueprint. Oh, dude, I would be burning everything to the dirt there. That is a situation. Say, did something aggro me? Personally, don't get chest pains from anxiety, but start feeling like I'm gonna throw up. Honestly, I wish it was just that. Like, not to discount your experience. I gotta really need to stress that for anyone. Everyone's experience is both valid and equally important. But I genuinely do wish that it was just like nausea. Because I can deal with nausea. Nausea is not a problem, but chest pains, I'm a little out of my depth there. Really didn't mean this to be a talking vent about anxiety stream. But appreciate you guys being chill with me about it. Need to use this, but then just might as well clear it. There we go. Big schmeckin'. That dude looks bomb as heck, man. Monk boy bowling. Interesting. That is so cool. I like that. I like that quite a bit. Okay, let's cause some tactical havoc. That was the wrong button. I'm sorry. It's probably a good sign to pop it. Ignis? Ifrit, there we go. Forgot the name of the dude for a second there. Who's it at me? Business. Jaw, lightheaded, chest pain, heart palpitations, trouble. Yeah. Very thankful that I haven't gotten all of that, but it's about half that list. Not the same sign, but like depending on how bad anxiety attack it. Yeah, that tracks. The weirdest part for me is that I don't really think that I've ever had a legitimate anxiety attack before, so all of this is very new in the sense of I just never dealt with it. Which I feel is understandably spoopy the first time. It really does feel like that shit just comes out of nowhere. Oh yeah, and the worst part of it, the absolute worst part of it for me, is I am at my calmest whenever I am in the chair being seen by the docs. I guess because I know, like, okay, if anything happens, I'm in the perfect place for it to happen. There's little to no risk of threat. Talking about it probably helps. Sometimes letting others know about your stress helps lessen the stress. I have no... So that's not... It's not completely solving the issue for me, but it is definitely helping. Honestly, and just so I can say that I told somebody about this, I was on my way home from the urgent care yesterday, and I usually have YouTube playing and my headphones in while I'm driving. But I was on my way home. I got to the intersection at a freeway, and I was just sitting there for a second, and the community performed version of Close the Distance came on, and I'm gonna be honest, I just kind of broke down at it. Like, it was the weirdest thing. I genuinely felt this is gonna sound incredibly cheesy, but I genuinely felt like almost as if there were hands on my back, you know? Like, I wasn't just sitting in a car driving around, and that was about the best I have felt since all of this started. Then I had a good old-fashioned cry and felt a lot better. So, Yeah, emotions, man. Emotions are important. The weirdness of this is like, dude, I'm an absolute freaking specimen of a human being. Like, I am a massive guy. And here I am admitting to the internet that I've just broke down crying on my way home from the urgent care. God damn it. I felt better, though. I did feel better. Folks are back, so I'm gonna have to chill just slightly. Okay. Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. My dad just got home. He was out block walking, I believe is the term, because he's running for a political position at the moment, and he's trying to get people to vote. Which is really funny because there's only like one thing on the ballot, so there's not going to be a lot of people who are going to go in there like, oh, I'm already voting for something else. Let me just throw it in there for this random person I've never heard of and don't care about. I was like, no, we actually got to get people to go to the thing, and he's been doing that for a while. Anyway, he's back. He's going back out apparently. He's saying hi. You know, I used to butt heads with my dad a lot, but over this kind of weirdness, he's been like probably my best anchor. I'm like, I don't talk to anyone about anything. I will pretty much always just suck it up, suffer in silence. And he has just been like popping up every chance. You like check in on me, hey, you alright? You wanna like come sit downstairs a little while just so you're not alone? Me, usually I'm like at my worst with family, so I don't want to accept help, but then yeah, I just kind of get that feeling and he's like, okay, yeah, thanks. A pretty new journal. I'm excited about. Hell yeah, man. Sounds awesome. Let's pop this. Now, hit him with the big bang. I'll catch up on chat in a second, guys. I know there's some stuff that I haven't read yet. Everywhere at once and probably failing. It'll be alright. Okay, so he's popping that one. And you can come over here. Utilize the ruby. I'm just going to choose not to move. Didn't have my shield up either. Probably popped it right as he dropped that thing on me. Or popped the thing. Boop. Can I land this? Yeah! Okay. Nailed it. He's gonna go over here now, isn't he? Yes, he is. Oh. Know what I'm doing? lost the ruby, but that's fine. I legitimately just did something incredibly stupid. It's okay, we're fine. On the right side, yoey. Okay, yeah, there's a little bit of weirdness going on there. It's fine. Wallop. Boom, bam. Ice, normal. Cool. Okay. Good. Nothing particularly want there. Do I have this? I do not. Yo. Hell yeah. Fellow gunbreaker who has Fenrir in their name? Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Eunice? How you doing? Yeah, let me catch up with chat real quick. Always helps to feel like you belong. There's nothing wrong with getting emotional to a community song, especially one from Final Fantasy. Many of us may include have shed tears thanks to the game. Oh yeah, I have on video multiple times, man. Like, I'm sure everyone here is caught up, but just in case, there was a particular dialogue option in Shadowbringers where you can mention something that a very dear friend said early on, and actually it wasn't early on, it was kind of like midway through Heaven's Word, and that broke me. And the last moment before, crap, how do I describe this? Let me just put it this way: the cutscene at the end of Shadowbringers, I think it was like the last gasp or last grasp, something like that. It was the Hades fight. But get on to me about spoilers, because no context, that means nothing. But yeah, that also broke me. And then there have been a few moments in Endwalker, and it was made even more so because during the walk, which if you know, you know, certain people who were probably here as well, certain people decided to show up there and hit me with a little bit of their own turbo emotions, many of which are couples as a result of being in this server, which, if you didn't know, my server is apparently turbo nerd matchmaking. I didn't know either. So yeah, there's been a lot of moments where I've just kind of broke down and started bawling almost. And yeah, it's an emotional game, and it's a really, really accepting community to be emotional around. There's no shame in that at all. Something similar happening through Fallout, yeah. Not everyone's, but I do feel that a lot of people's family that they really butt heads with and cannot freaking stand on a daily basis. Like, it's what I hear of siblings. Will tear each other's throats out when nothing's going on, but the second somebody's in legitimate trouble, everyone is like, you know, freaking break it down and get this done. Whatever needs to happen, let's just go. So my dad, he's always said he's got my back. He's got my back. Hey, Gret's not getting culinarian to 80, by the way. Any of your throats messed up? It's okay. I've got a little like very, very watered down coffee with some honey in it here. I've been kind of sipping on that, so. Someone who has a family who can't or doesn't care to understand. That sounds good. Yeah. 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 That would honestly suck. The worst part is I thought that nobody in my family would care, but the second I mentioned that I went to urgent care, there were people coming out of the woodwork like freaking. I deliberately didn't tell my mom for the longest time because I didn't want her to worry. And the second I did, she called, my grandma called, and they both told me that both of my uncles were asking if I was okay. And yeah, it's something about traditional Southern families, I guess. Yeah, certain person. Yeah, you're one of them. Hell, we know. We're aware. We should hang out with y'all more. Y'all chill. Yeah, I would try to be, man. Yeah, Naku, there's a. If you haven't seen it, one of the most emotional moments, or rather, emotional series of things that we have had on this channel was the walk. And I believe the specific video it starts is on my channel. Just the walk. My walk starts early. I think that's what I named it. Oh man, you've seen it? Okay, fair enough. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yana, I know you were there. So thankful my brother and I are on really good terms. I am an only child, and honestly, I wish I had a brother or a sister or freaking anyone that I didn't at all points feel like was an enemy. One second, turning the light on. It's getting kind of dark. I have noticed, by the way, is that if I'm playing video games and focusing on screens when it's really dark, then I guess the constant adjustment between like night vision and normal vision, because my eyes adjust very quickly to the dark, that gives me a headache, and I was starting to get one just there. So turn the light on. Diverge headaches. Been around for a long while, just haven't interacted much. That is totally fine, man. Don't feel like you have to interact on the server. It's like legit, I made the Discord server, assuming you're in the Discord server, and if you're not, that's also totally fine. But I made the Discord server purely for for if people just wanted to kind of, you know, either get a read on things, get pings whenever I upload or start streaming, or hey, if you just want to be in the Discord server and kind of lurk and see what's going on. All of that is fine. There's no requirement to being in this community. I do not gatekeep. And if anyone is gatekeeping, tell me about it. I will run their fade, both hands swinging. Steve, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I've been better, but I'm better than yesterday, which is awesome. I'm actually probably about to go and grab one of those meds that the doc gave me yesterday. I'm starting to feel a little bit more. It's better since I started streaming, but I'm probably going to take it as like almost like a sleep aid. Doing okay. Sorry to just go off and rant going. We've been talking about like I've been having anxiety issues, and then we kind of had a hearts to heart about that. So we gotta do the tombstone for right. There's another tombstone event. I forgot about that. Looks like the usual stuff. What are the rewards? I'll go check that one in chat. Otherwise known as the Blue Festival. 2023, yeah. Getting in the dark is bad for your eyes. Yeah. Different people, different things. It used to not bother me, and I really like the dark, so. Real Lovecraft, that is a name. Alright, Moogle, what do you got? Orcsy earrings. That's adorable. Hey, Magitech Predator identification key. I don't have that, I believe. Cerus horn. Oh, Megalith Tragus horn. I have no idea what that is. Look at that. Air whistle. Oh yeah, they're just selling the nightmare now. Wow. Yeah, pretty much all the usual shenanigans. This is fine. Swag valence. Fair enough. Bone Wicked Protector's coat. Like, oh, that's a different version of the Minutia gear, I think. Yeah, because we got that on my quote-unquote wedding outfit. It's the outfit that I use to go to weddings. Luna is as yet unmarried and will probably stay that way. That's pretty cool though. It looks a lot like the Minutia gear, but different color. I like the other one more. I like the Bone Wicca's gear. That is interesting. Having some light so game in the dark. Yeah, whatever works, man. And Suro is the one who showed pictures of your in-game part. Oh, right! That was... Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that, man. Like I said, everyone's welcome. Participation is not a requirement. Everybody welcome. Quick hydration check, by the way. If you haven't had water, get you some. What Minutia is a recolor of? That makes sense. Ritter is probably the least worth it on that list. Dropped in Alamigo, which you can sell easily. Fair enough. Steve, nah, it'll be alright. I'm not going to look too deep into it. I'm just going to kind of vibe and do things like I usually do. Oh, hey, my dad's grabbing pizza, apparently. I've already eaten today. We had pasta like 2.5 hours ago. I'm going to brag a little bit. Let me catch up. Let me catch up on chat, and then I'm going to brag a little bit. The old gear contest winners. That's cool. I feel weird being home. I've been home for... Right, because you've been traveling kind of everywhere. Well, I'm glad you got home safely. I'm glad your trip was good. Question mark. I'm assuming it was. Thought you were going to finish that sentence by saying Luna was divorced. No. No. I've got this whole headcanon about Luna in the continuity of the game and how, like, me, the ghosty boy character, kind of fill into that, but I'm only talking about that if you'll bug me about it. Don't look, it has boots you would hate? Yeah, probably. I mean, for that particular setup, I probably wouldn't mind it all that much. Ooh, I have that one. Prometheus card, Bianco card. That's... Okay, we might be doing some of this now. Oh, hello. Hello, Naku. Yeah, I do remember you now. I remember your character, at least. I'm terrible with names. Since the Final Fantasy and the Chill, the might is treating you well. If you do some of this tombstone grind, I don't have quite a few of those mounts. Yeah, by all means, man. It's a good way to get them. Don't have to deal with bosses or loot. Occasionally, rival wings are popping. Rival wings are actually popping. Ooh, I have to look into that. Because I've never had a decent game of Rival Wings. I've only played, I think, one. And that was late night. I was half off my butt. And of course, we're here when there's a gold seller on. Freaking cringe. Honestly, I need to get back into playing 14. It's been a while since I've played because I haven't had the time to do it. Yeah, I've just Personally, I've been kind of into a lot of other things, and like I'm gonna start getting into wargaming, especially now because someone, cough cough, Lizzie, decided to throw a new game that I was really interested in at me. So now I have nothing stopping me from burning cash on this war game called Infinity, which has these really bomb looking models that I want to try my hand at painting them because I have some ideas for like color schemes and stuff that would look so dope. And fair warning, if I do get into Infinity, I have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to start a new channel. And it's going to be dedicated to tabletop gaming. And I'm probably going to upload there a lot more than here for a little while, at least until the next story expansion drops. Nope. Yeah, it was with the SO for all April. Yeah. I hope Kalar's doing okay. I don't see him too much. I know he's kind of like... I don't want to say anything because I don't want to like out him or insult him or anything, but I do feel like Kalar's been just perpetually tired recently, and I am just kind of worried about him. I hope he's doing okay. Hey, you remembered. Okay, got up on chat, so now I get to brag about something. So, thank you whoever just decided to start liking the video, by the way. Much appreciate that. So when I went to urgent care the first time for this whole anxiety episode thing, I hadn't like weighed myself or really paid attention to my diet for literally years. I just ate whatever I felt like. I basically just went to bed when I was tired, woke up whenever I woke up, and I don't get back to sleep easily, so if I woke up 2 hours after I went to sleep, then we're awake now, and that's my sleep for the night. Basically, I was not taking care of myself at all. So when I went to the urgent care, I weighed in at like literally 299. I was almost 300 pounds. That was a bit of a shock for me because like I keep saying I'm a big dude. I'm an absolute freaking specimen of a man. Let me angle myself over here so you guys aren't just staring at There we go. Okay, there we go. There's the jangling keys for anyone who needs motion on the screen. I'm one of you. It's okay. But yeah, I weighed in at, I think when I was still in the army, I weighed in at 230, 240. And now, don't get me wrong, I was not like a freaking Greek god or anything. I wasn't like Adonis level ripped or anything. I still had some chunk to me, but a lot of that was muscle. And then I came home and just decided, you know what, screw it. I don't feel like working out literally ever again, so hell with it, I'll just be fat. I never really saw a big explosion in my weight, so I always just assumed that my metabolism was kind of maintaining. Problem is, that was like 6-7 years ago at this point. So I've had to kind of come to terms with the fact that I am not nearly as healthy as I want to be. So I weighed in at 299. Now granted, I'm 6'2", so I don't look like a freaking bowling ball, but I definitely got some gut to me now. And as a result of that, I decided, okay, you know what? This isn't healthy either medically or mentally. I'm not even gonna like, I don't care what the doc says. If they tell me it's gonna be if I just need to adjust a couple of things, if I just need to like get in a better mindset, I don't care what the doc says. I'm eating better. I'm gonna stop eating like really late at night because that was a big thing for me. The midnight snack was very prevalent in my house, and I'm gonna start like doing something, which has been walking after every meal. I walk a mile after every meal now. So basically I walk 3 miles a day, and I've been trying to like speed up. I weighed in both. Actually, not both, because they didn't weigh me in yesterday. But I weighed in when I went in to get my blood work done, and I weighed in at 294. So I've lost like 5-6 pounds, and it's only been a few weeks. I'm very, very proud of that. And I know it's like it's not a lot of progress. That could very well be like, okay, I just had a good poop at some point. Maybe that was a deal. Sorry if that's gross. But yeah, I really do feel like I'm making some progress, and I'm very, very proud. And that also, I feel like, is kind of affecting my mood a little bit. Like it is a little bit easier to kind of divert myself from that anxiety cascade, and I can kind of get onto other things a little bit easier now. I'm not constantly tired all the time, which is also such a boon. For someone with insomnia who doesn't like to sleep, being able to just be awake for longer periods of time without feeling like I need to pass out is so nice. I can't describe how good that feels. Stressing on sleep schedule. He's currently visiting family. Okay, fair enough. I do still think about Kalar fairly regularly. He's a homie. He's a homie and someone that I consider a good friend, and all of my good friends are very precious to me. Which, by the way, literally everyone on the server at this point is kind of under that status. Every time I pop on and see anyone like just posting glams or saying anything, and especially I don't always respond, but anyone who's in the Discord, you know that Merwind has a habit of getting on sometimes and just saying, "Hey, everyone, how's your day going?" And it's like it's the littlest thing, and sometimes I barely notice it, and I never go to respond. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll see it hours later, but it's always like, yeah, that's warming. That makes me happy that somebody is making an effort to at least sort of just say hello. It's a tiny thing, but that makes my day. I really need to respond to him a little bit more. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's just go ahead and do one of these, question mark. Yeah. That way I'm not ranting to the screen and nothing else. Hey, we got another software update on my phone. Go away. The whole conversation spawned out of my dad saying, "Hey, we're grabbing pizza," and I'm just sitting over here like, dude, I'm trying not to eat late at night. Why are you doing this? And that's a crap load of carbs. I've been trying to lay off the carbs, and we had pasta today. Why? Why do you do this? But it's okay. I got my mile in after dinner. It's fine. I'll have the pizza tomorrow. I guess it depends on the kind of pizza. Some pizzas do not heat up very well. Must do though. Especially most takeout pizzas. They're equally bleh, no matter how you treat them. Their pizza is good, very much so. My dad thinks I'm insane because I have no issue eating cold pizza. Like I really like cold pizza, funnily enough. It depends on the type of pizza though. So like, okay, here's the thing. If pizza has a lot of sauce, like it's absolutely drenched in sauce, I don't think that kind of pizza heats up very well, because then it's had time for the sauce to kind of sink in. The whole thing gets soggy, then it's oily, and it just leaks all over the place. It's floppy. You can't even pick it up really, and it's not great. So I think it's Little Caesars is really bad about crap loads of sauce. Now, granted, their sauce is good. I don't think it heats up as well as other pizzas. But maybe Little Caesar or Domino's. I don't know. One of them usually overloads their sauce pretty heavy. But Buffalo pizza doesn't heat up well. The chicken gets so dry. I agree completely. Honestly, if you're reheating chicken in general, it can be kind of hit or miss. Heating pizza in a toaster oven is really good. True, but I don't always have the time to deal with that. So anyway, I just realized that... Hell, is that one of yours? That looks a lot like one of yours. Anyway. To quote Phil from Hercules, 2 words, stuffed crust. Fair enough. I'm not the biggest fan of stuffed crust, but I get what you're saying. But really, if so my personal sort of rundown is if there's an excess of sauce and the dough is like really fluffy, I don't think that's a good reheated pizza. I think that is a pizza that you should just take out of the fridge and gnaw. Because that's a good cold pizza right there. Because it's still going to have a decent texture with it being so fluffy. It's not going to be as hard. You're still going to be able to get a lot of the sauce because there's a lot of it, and it's not going to leak everywhere, as it would if you heated it up. Now, a pizza with less sauce, I'm not going to say like a tougher dough, but generally less dough and more cheese, that's a good reheat pizza. Why are we here talking about leftovers? How is this what my stream has devolved into? Good lord. So see many people dancing around. You know what? Screw it. We shall dance until we get a thing. Costco pizza reheats really nice in the oven because they underbake it slightly. They do. I have noticed that. Did it help with your stress? Oh yeah, just being on stream and talking to you guys helps with the stress quite a bit. Like a thin crust? Yeah, thin crust reheat pretty well. I guess because there's not exactly enough of the crust to kind of get over reheated and then it gets really tough. Because I'm going to be honest, proper thin crust is basically a cracker. And I am okay with that. It's like a cracker with a thin layer of actual dough on top of it. And then the toppings is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I could kill like 3 whole thin crust pizzas and would probably still want more. How do you feel about pretzel crust pizza? It's okay. They're kind of hit or miss. Depending. Like, the actual pizza part, it's fine. The texture of the dough is fine. I don't think they needed to stuff the crust. A lot of the ones that I found are stuffed crust. The pretzel dough, like that crust itself, the edge of the pizza, that can be a little bit too oily, and sometimes they overkill the salt way too much. Hey, what's up, Razuna? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. But generally, pretzel crust pizza, it's pretty okay. If I'm feeling something like really salty, then yeah, it definitely ticks all those boxes. And the different dough texture is pretty nice. One pizza I like sometimes and I never can reheat is a deep dish pizza. I don't think I've ever had a proper deep dish pizza. Because honestly, it does seem a little backwards to me. I'm very much of the realm of, yeah, pizza should have a top layer of cheese that has just a little bit of color to it, like just enough for it to start bubbling and start browning a little bit, get a little bit of that texture on top. So the idea of a deep dish pizza is a little strange to me, but I'm willing to try it. Over salted pizza is the worst. Amen. Good here, so you're streaming, so figured I'd listen in and practicing bowling. Fair enough, man. Enjoy your bowling. Happy to have a lurker. Happy to entertain. Good, but I don't really treat it as pizza. It's kind of its own thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like, that's one of the reasons they call it a pie. Because that's basically what it is. Literally a pizza-esque pie at that point. You even have to eat it like one. We should avoid blasphemous toppings like pineapple. You know, I used to be really against people putting pineapple on pizza, but at this point I'm just like, man, what the hell ever. I don't want it on my pizza. I don't like it. But to each their own. I'm not gonna like freaking stone someone against a wall just because they put pineapple on their pizza. Sarnai, that you sound familiar. Huh. Sarnai Koku. I want to say that's Veo, but that's not Veo. Fairly sure. A different name. Oh, that's your alt. Okay, fair enough. I was about to say, like, that looks familiar, but I'm not 100% sure. Barbecue pizza is nice if done right. Very true. Very, very true. I mean, honestly, there's some really weird pizzas out there that are just really good. Barbecue pizza is one of them, especially if you have like proper chicken on it, and specifically chicken that isn't dry. Yeah, barbecue pizza is great. Throw some red onions on there. Mm-hmm. I tried exactly one time. It sounds weird, but pineapple isn't the worst thing. Yeah, it's fair. I don't think I've ever had pineapple on pizza, but I also don't like pineapple just as a default, so, you know, to each their own on that one. I've noticed that as I've gotten a little older, and spoilers, I am a little older than one might expect. Well, maybe, maybe not, depending on how you perceive my voice, but yeah, early on in life, I was all about, like, yeah, I'll fight you over this littlest thing, but nowadays, just like, man, whatever. As long as you ain't bothering me with it, I do not care. But yeah, throw pineapple on your pizza, man. Do what you want. Get some jalapenos on there, too. Maybe some black olives. Make it a party. But I'm not eating it, so don't put it in front of me. Also, I swear, the more I look at this glam of mine, the more I love it on it. Yeah, that glam looks pretty bomb, actually. You look like a Garlean frickin', I don't want to say like assassin, but like Garlean special police almost. Which is a little weird, but digging the look. Or maybe like a Garlean rebel. That's probably more accurate. Cool glam, though. Where's the weird pizza? I've had a shepherd's pie pizza before. Weird but good. Fair enough. Like putting different cheeses on my pizza? Yes. Black olives on pizza are good, as are green peppers. Lately I've been getting like more and more of a fondness for bell peppers. I'm talking about Naku. But yeah, black olives. I'm not the biggest fan of black olives, but I can deal with them on pizza. It's one of those things, like, I don't care if it's there. I'm not going to ask for it, but I'm not going to complain too much if it's there. Like some people, cough, cough, can't really call her a stepmom, but female presence in the family up until recently. That is a long title, but fair enough. She would pick like the bell peppers and the black olives off of every pizza. And I was always kind of a picky eater, so I would kind of do that too, and then at some point I just like, man, I'm too hungry for this, so I just took a bite and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not bad. But yeah, man, at this point, whatever. Kind of fits for a Reaper. Yeah, no, that's kind of where I was getting it from, is the this very Garlean scythe. Looks like a Garlean rebel or a special agent or something. Very Reaper. Baffling thing about the glam is the shoes. They look like Chuck Taylor's. That's fair. That's an interesting gunblade. I hate it, but it's interesting. It's crack-a-lackin', my people. 07, I forgot last time. And say chat. Say party. And 07. So I have both versions of this hat, so I can choose which I want to have the eye patch since she has heterochromia. Can I just say, by the way, that heterochromia is one of the coolest things. Oh, this dude's fair enough. He's asking about large pulls. Okay, fair enough. We have a homie in here. With tank stance because I don't think he has it on. There it is. Cool. We're good. All right. I want to clarify something, by the way. If you guys are ever in a game with me and the only thing I say to you all game is tank stance, bud. I'm not saying that in like a derogatory way. I'm legitimately being like, this is the entirety of what I want to say with that. Hey bud, your tank stance is off. I think you may not have noticed. Could you please turn that on post-haste? Thank you. That is the entirety of what I would say if I could get that into like a 2-second type. So like if I ever call anyone out for tank stance, I'm trying to be polite but expeditious about it. The only reason I'm saying all of that is because I've been in a situation where, like, this was very much when I was, I don't have a limit. What level am I? 70. Okay, fair enough. Missing some stuff. Well, I've been in that situation before where I was playing, I think it was Dancer, and we were running with this, I don't know if it was like a new tank or if it was new to tank or new to the game entirely. I don't know what was going on, but they were having a bad time. And finally I realized, oh, hey, their tank stance is off. So I just, very swiftly was like, hey, bud, remember your tank stance. And apparently their party mate decided I was being insulting and went off on me with like 3 separate paragraphs in the span of one boss fight because, oh, I'm being rude and gatekeeping, how dare I, you don't pay a sub. It's the first time I've ever dealt with anything like that. I'm just sitting there like, I was just selling him his tank stance was off, damn. Bro, chill. Same as before, and I'm trying to concentrate on this because I don't remember the fight very well, and also I haven't played this game in over a month. So, we're gonna chill for a second. I was gonna hop on, but it's Hydro Pull now. So, like, should it be over here? Yeah. Locked out of your account until Square removed the authenticator. Oh shit, man. Someone has to make an entirely new account like I had to do with Discord. Yeah, that's awful. I hope you get that squared away quick, Gomez. That sounds horrible. Oof. Very glad that I'm paranoid with my stuff sometimes. Yeah, raw bell peppers are good, especially slicing the ribbon. Oh yeah. Slicing the ribbons with a small side of dipping salt. So we go easy on dipping in the salt. Yeah, I do feel like bell peppers are better as kind of a side to a main event kind of meal. Like, case in point, I've been doing like sauteed bell peppers when I do bacon and eggs in the morning. Whenever we have them anyway. And they're really good until you have them by themselves, because I don't really salt them all that much, because I usually have them, like, you know, alongside eggs and bacon and all this other kind of stuff. So I get them, they're not salted, and then I take a bite, and if it's just them by themselves, then yeah, that's bitter, that's horrible. But then I have them with other stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a nice accent to the rest of what I'm doing here. That's great. So I get what you're saying, but not my thing. Though I do feel I'm a bit oversensitive towards bitter food. Ranch does sound like a good choice on that. Props to whoever thought of ranch. Honestly, ranch just in general is good. You made a bunch of room machinist. Heck yeah, man. Oh, I guess we're still doing this. We... should play around with different boot shoes. Yeah, man. Do it. I just realized we don't have a Phoenix phase, do we? Going down kind of quick. I just realized this person was invincible and I was wasting my burst. Screw you, slide Casco, Bert. There we go. They're way ahead of things. Fair enough. Always appreciate when folks remind me to tank stance. Yeah, same. Because like, honestly, I've played tank for so long now that I'm pretty sure it's sort of just a reflex type of thing. But that does fail sometimes. So if I ever just forget my tank stance, then yeah, man, freaking, I will not be insulted. By all means, tell me I'm being a moron. Tell me I forgot my tank stance. Alright, what are we on? Don't worry about it, just swing. Oh, never mind, we're good. Ooh, ugly under there. Daggone. Oops. Need none of this. Really can't even wear that cap. Just take stance off mid-pull. Cringe. May have been a WoW refugee. It's entirely possible, given that, and it was like a year or two ago at this point, so that was right in the middle of the WoW refugee sort of thing. But I mean, I don't hold a grudge over it, but it did kind of strike me as, damn, dude, freaking, please chill for your sake, if not mine. There's no need to be that aggro over this. It's just, I'm just reminding you about a thing. Like, the tank stance was off. This person has a sprout. I'm trying to assist. That's another very small thing. If somebody has a sprout, case point, Finia right here. Finia has a sprout. You can't really get angry if you have a sprout and someone is attempting to correct what could easily be a small mistake. Because that is literally that person just trying to be helpful. And as we've noticed, Final Fantasy XIV, the community is very helpful. Like, to an almost aggressive degree. Pop, watch them drop. Yeah, this guy he hasn't been around for the big updates. Okay, he's gonna have a good time then. Yeah, what do you know? Oh yeah, that doesn't go on other people. Yeah. Sometimes a little too helpful. Yeah, that's true. And obviously there's some people who are like helpful to a toxic degree that do also need to similarly chill. Extremes of any kind can be grating. You know, something like that. If someone just says, "Hey, man, your tank stance is not on," and this is a situation where tank stance usually would be on. Just trying to look out for my homie. Paranoia and well prepared can go hand in hand sometimes. That's fair. I really wish I could enjoy peppers more, but unfortunately the texture grosses me out a bit. That's fair. I'm the same way with stuff like puddings, like really, really mushy stuff. I really love crunchy. Like, crunchy is my favorite texture, bar none. And I love crunchy food. Crunchy, crispy, anything that like crackles in your mouth, if that makes sense. My dad is home. He's yelling at me that he has pizza. Oh no. Oh, yeah. I remembered. I do have a confusion. Oh, move that away. Move that away. Hit him with everything, including the kitchen sink. I don't know why people have to get so defensive over the smallest things. So. Yeah, it also, to an extent, I kind of understand it. Because, like, sometimes you're just in... Oh my god. Okay. Apparently he did not hear me earlier. Didn't realize I was streaming. Good. Yeah, he just let me know that there's pizza. What the hell was I talking about? Right, a lot of people play video games to just kind of relax and not think too hard about things, not put any effort into things, and just kind of vibe and go with the flow, you know? So if they're having a bad day in that mindset of, I just want to relax, then you kind of get into the realm of, like, okay, literally anything will set you off. So those little things that feel like they're kind of tiny, it kind of is the straw that broke the camel's back in a lot of situations. Now, there are a lot of people who just go off on stuff like that for no discernible reason. But generally, I've found it is just kind of sometimes people having a bad day and don't want to be poked anymore. Another thing, as I grow older, I get a little bit more understanding of the people around me. Probably to an incorrect degree, but at this point, I'm just like, man, whatever. It's always fun getting old content with new players. Yeah. Especially if they're excited. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons that I went into Shadowbringers when I did, and one of the reasons that I did the Hildebrand quest as its entire thing is because that is just kind of like I've noticed that a lot of people in Final Fantasy really love to see sprouts and newbies and people who've just never done content do the content, especially old stuff that's really punchy. Like I desperately wish that I knew my channel would turn out like this, so I could have recorded at least certain moments in Heavensward. You know which moments I'm talking about. Because honestly, there are some moments that I wish I could go back and revisit and like see my first reactions to them because it's been so long now. My memory is pretty rough. So like I genuinely wish that I could dig up those moments and sort of relive them myself. And I'm finding that the nearest that I can do to that is to watch other people react to them. So like, yeah, this is that situation, and this happened in Warframe as well. I came in as the snot-nosed little nooblet, didn't know how anything worked, and now I'm one of the I'm one of the core. I'm one of the family. Like I have been absorbed by the masses, and for once, I don't see that as a bad thing. Like I am one of those people who has a ridiculous amount of mounts and gear and knowledge about the game, and I pop into some rando's stream like, oh hey, you're at this part. I'm gonna shadow you for a little while, and then I just go flying in on my Rathalos or Space Whale. It's great. I'm still proud of myself, by the way, because I soloed the freaking Rathalos mount. I cannot describe how proud of that. New boots. Yeah, those definitely fit the outfit a lot better. Because the other ones, they struck me as like just a little bit too casual, but yeah, homie, those boots definitely fit better. Very much so. The outfit kind of ballin', I'm going to be honest. Kicking. There's a reason why more people could benefit from putting a battle cry macro on their tank stance. Plus, it's amusing seeing something like roll for initiative pop up in chat during a dungeon. You got that from me. I know you did. I need to finish grinding for Rathalos. Yeah, it's a thing. Do you even have cleats? Nice. But yeah, Rathalos I did solo on Gunbreaker. Mainly just to see if I could. And I could, so I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just going to do this more and I'm going to farm it out. And I spent a lot of time honing my rotation down to the point where I could just delete through a lot of his phases. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't really get it until the very end. And if I go back now, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. But I got to the point where I could solo Rathalos for the fancy thingies. And I don't want to talk about how long it took me. Last time I did it was when I came out and did an all warrior fight. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough, but I get it. I'm going into full lean back mode now. Oh god, I gotta clear my inventory. What is this? What do I have a titanium weapon coffer? Right, that's been floating around my inventory for a while. That needs to go over here. Oh yeah, I need to work on the rest of my elemental gear because I haven't fiddled with that yet. Can I even? I can't even wear the helmet. Why did I get that? Yeah, I definitely need to finish those up. I need to go back to Eureka and finish all of that. Honestly, Hildebrand videos were a catalyst helping me meet friends like Lizzie and RJ. Aw. It has been said enough. Thank you for accepting me when I hit a low point. Dude, that... You don't have to thank me for that. Like I was saying earlier, I think with Naku, like, there is no acceptance process to my community. Everyone is accepted. Everyone is welcome. And I try to project that. So, like, I did legit kind of build this up as, hey, if you don't have a family and you really want one, then pull up a seat. Table's always open. That's what I hope that I've been projecting through my my content and just all of this stuff in general. Get the hell out of here. Garbage. I say as I talk smack towards this materia, but you know. But yeah, though, like all of this stuff, like everything involving the channel, I have to be honest, I am doing this because I would really love for YouTube to be a job. That is my dream job. That is what I want to do for the rest of my life right there. And I would be very happy for it. However, I am not going to compromise the sense of belonging to a family, of people being here. And yeah, we don't talk every day. I myself am absent a lot, but I really do want this place to be just sort of a neutral zone, if that makes sense, where people can come and just be and not stress out about anything else. Okay, I kind of diverted from literally everything there. Pardon me. But you know what I mean? Like, I want this to be a good place for people to feel safe and chill and not stressed. Also, yeah, Warriors for the win. Yeah, man, it does genuinely warm my heart that you have met people here that you feel really comfortable with, that you're hanging around and just enjoying. And honestly, Jackwolf, I have gotten kind of accustomed to seeing you do your little Royal Herald introductions whenever I'm doing the stream. I legitimately look forward to those every time I fire up. I don't remember how long it's been, but like there was one stream where I didn't see you in the chat, and I was legitimately a little bit bummed out. I was like, aw. I was hoping to get that big grand introduction like they always do. Don't feel like you need to attend every stream, but still, it's just like I enjoy seeing you in the chat. I enjoy seeing everyone in the chat. Except for RJ, which absolute dunghead. I'm trying not to cuss. RJ too. Sounds like what I was doing with T9 and Coils. Feel that. It's fun. The chorus of Felgly as it gets knocked to the ground. Oh yeah. As soon as it comes down, like I had to make a legitimate effort to hold my my powder gauge for when it went down, but then I had to like use other abilities, and it was a weird dance. Like I had to use my one tap of the powder gauge to get it down, and then I didn't have Bloodfest up usually, so I would have to have it to where I could just one tap and get the last part of my combo, get the full powder gauge, and then unload my damage combo with No Mercy. And then if I was lucky, that was enough damage to just cut through it, but not usually. I was usually not lucky. So, talk about how many times it took me to figure it out. Okay. Is it accepted and you're weird? Dude, we're all weird. This is a server full of weirdos. You should know that. Like, if that wasn't obvious, then I'm not doing a very good job of advertising what we're about here. Another hydration check. Take a sip of water if you haven't recently. very Hildebrand videos drew me in at the start, but I generally stay. It was just plain enjoyable to hear you talk. Oh, thank you. You could read cringe fan fiction and like, here, I'll be here. Ooh, fanfic, that'd be interesting. I mean, God, I don't want to say this. I guess it's technically fanfic, but I have thought about my own sort of headcanon for how I as a person fit into the Final Fantasy XIV story alongside Luna, because Luna, as far as I'm concerned, is a separate character for myself, which is how I, as a straight white male, justify playing a goth tomboy gun bunny. You met Glam? Sick. I don't see you here, but I'm sure I will soon. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Oh yeah, mentioned it earlier. That is for something else. That is for something very different. Did I just... Oh, there it is. Forgot about this, but I wanted to show you guys. This is my quote-unquote, I guess, formal attire, which is why I love the purple so much, because with the gunblade, it's just so pretty. But yeah. And then, of course, we've got the elemental gear, because you know I gotta represent. You guys also brought me in. Just you were pretty dang chill, so I kept watching. I'm glad. No, I'm genuinely glad when people find me entertaining. It's genuinely a big part of this. Like when people say that I'm entertaining, when I'm high energy and derpy as hell, it's funny. When I'm low energy and just vibing, chill. I do like to think that I have a little bit of an ASMR-y kind of voice when I'm in chill mode. So, yeah. I hope that works. Also, hell, I see the new Glam with the grenade launcher. That looks bomb. Pun intended. Looks very solid. Looks very, it looks very Final Fantasy VII. That is a sick Glam, my friend. Let's say, is that... That is Paladin. What is that? Oh, that's the Exarchic coat. Okay, I haven't had one of those on in a while. That is bomb, though. I like that. I thought there was a new Lunar Envoy gear for a second. I was like, wait, what? Very pretty. It includes Cloud's boots. Yeah, that tracks. There are a few things more enjoyable than seeing something happen and hear you just explode with laughter. Case in point, first time Godbird suplexed Hildy at ARR. Oh my god, that was such a moment. I freaking... if I remember correctly, I almost went into a coughing fit over that. So yes, very FF7, very much so. Now, honestly, I do feel like the first quote-unquote season of Hildy was the best still. They're definitely trying for the uproar or the upset with their latest stuff because it's pretty awesome, but there's something you can't replace about that first impression of what the heck is going on here that leads straight into, okay, so an old man just suplexed his son so hard it made a crater. He's stuck halfway into the ground, and for some reason there's a chimera with a hammer embedded in its skull 5 feet away. I'm just going to stop asking questions. So the Susano fight. Funny thing about the Susano fight, that is still my favorite fight in Final Fantasy, and it is for a very sentimental reason. Let me figure out if I want to do a thing here. I do kind of want to play a DPS because I want to try and get Ninja into Eureka Orthos. I don't remember much about Ninja though, so I don't really want to play it right now. I do Dancer. Dancer's fun. Let's hope my Dancer glam is acceptable. Perfectly reasonable. Anyway. Yeah, the Susano fight. Hey, what's up, Cloud? The Susano fight was the first kind of real moment that I realized that, oh, okay, this could be what gets my channel off the ground for Final Fantasy. And it turns out that it was. So, if you all haven't heard this story, which I've told it 1,000 times, I'd be surprised if you haven't heard it. But when I first got into this game, it was because somebody recommended it to me who I had played Arcade Unchained with. It was a homie by the name of Init, who does usually RuneScape videos, and we were both kind of exploring around trying to get our channels off the ground then. He has since focused on RuneScape, and his channel has kind of exploded, but that's a whole nother thing. But he got me to check out Final Fantasy XIV, and I started playing it on the free trial. Someone in his chat, before I even had a Discord, someone in his chat, his Discord server, again, before I had one, or before it really got rolling, someone by the name of Noxie, who is still one of my favorite people. I don't talk to her anymore, which is an absolute damage shame, but I'm just not as active as I'd like to be, and for some reason, I never go into their Discord server because they've got their own for their FC, and I'm there. I'm invited. I just never show up because I'm a hermit. But I was mentioning, like, yeah, I'm starting to really like this game, but I do kind of feel like it's a little, like, kind of what's the point if I can't get into the game because I didn't have any money at the time. And Noxie legitimately popped up. I was like, hey, so I kind of want to take you through the early stuff a little bit. Would you be okay with that? I'm like, yeah. So played a little bit and talked, and I was out doing something with my dad, and I got a DM from Noxie. I was like, hey, so plug this code in when you get a chance. I'm like, wait, what? Trust me, just plug this code in. I'm like, okay, so I did, and it didn't work. And I told her, he's like, dang, I got the console version. Okay, hang on a second. Sends it to me again. She had bought me the game, 2 months of sub time, and all of the expansions, including Shadowbringers at that moment, and said, my only requirement is that you actually read through the cutscenes and enjoy the story. And so I went home, made Luna on Goblin because this is where her FC is, and this is where I played, or those are the people that I played with the most in the early days. And that's when I started playing the game. So, yeah. The reason I told that whole story is to tell this one. When I got to the Susano fight, because Noxie I'd been going back and forth with Noxie over literally everything in the story. She was the person that I told, that I talked to whenever we had our first meeting in the Falling Snows. And the thing at the end of the vault, shall not be named, she was there for all of it and got all of my over-the-top text-based reactions, and sometimes I would even pop into their Discord, like, borderline screaming over something. And I had heard a lot of good things about the Susano fight, so I was kind of keeping an eye out for it, and I was either between, like, shifts, or I was home from college. It was between classes, and I got to the Susano fight, and I hit her up. I was like, hey, Noxie, should I record this fight? Because I heard it's, like, really cool. And she's like, yes, that is one that you have to record. You have to record and upload that one. I was like, okay, fair enough. It's nothing out of the ordinary, so I did, and that is still my favorite fight in this entire game, just because of the historical significance behind it, or the sentimental significance behind it. Because it was a hell of a fun fight. I uploaded it, and the response was so beautiful. Like everyone was just, oh yeah, this friggin' Sprout tank getting his works in, getting his leg day. Yeah, my man. It's a great moment. If I remember correctly, it was about then I decided I was going to watch the rest of your Hildy vids. Fair enough. From Heavensward, my favorite Hildebrand line is, "Why does it feel like I've stepped into another realm not bound by logic?" Yeah, Seer was. I want to try and rank the sort of quote unquote temporary assistance that Hildy's had, but I kind of can't because they're all great in their own ways. Seer's definitely up there, though. Personally, I think I'm a bit of a purist. I think Briardian is still one of my favorites, just because of how he and Hildy clashed so overtly. It was a tester for it? Yeah. Oh, no. It's okay. Oh, I still got old tombstones. That's cool. Let's do this. I think the end of the vault is a shared moment of sorrow for everyone, to the point where it still hurts when watching other people. Yeah. So when I got to the end of the vault, I had a very specific reaction. So as you guys know, I am violently fighty. Like I will legitimately find anything that dares threaten anyone I care about, and I will go absolutely freaking boss ham. Up to and including the end times. So that has been kind of me for a long time, just in general. But I kind of leveled out when I started playing Final Fantasy up until that moment. Because I was a healer. I was a conjurer for my first big moments in the game, like up until the vault. And then I think it was right after the vault where I got 60, and I had already been looking at Gunbreaker, but that moment was when I decided, okay, I'm a tank main. Because healing is not good enough. I need to be able to protect. Which, again, I'm obviously very emotionally driven and very cheesy, but yeah, that was the last dungeon that I healed on purely. After that, I went Gunbreaker, and I was never anything else. Necessarily, because obviously I poke around at other stuff, but yeah, I was a white mage until the vault, and then after that, put on the blue and heavy armor, and then it was all in. I just realized that I should be doing this. Sorry, I haven't played Dancer in forever. Bang. It doesn't really do anything except for buff me, but hey, my damage is already low, so fair enough. Yeah, I know, love that they let us have Briardian, however you spell it. The Scholastic questline, people have been bothering me about that one for years. Of that moment of, oh God, Hildy isn't here, right? Understandable. Still need to go and do that one. It's on my list, but my list is hasn't seen the light of day for a while. I'm so glad you don't have to get stuff here anymore, by the way. Please do not give me loot from this. Fine. This looks a lot prettier. I'm genuinely proud of what they've done to old dungeons, because this one plays so much better than it used to. I used to absolutely despise Totorak. Now it's just like, yeah, okay, it's Totorak, no big deal. Which I believe was the point, and I believe they did a good job. And the mobile delivery quest where you learn more about the Hildy in the background. Yeah. I love that Hildy was kind of like half teased in the in one of the Shadowbringers dungeons. And again, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, then okay. Oh well. Yeah, it was like a small chance that you could see him just looking around, confused as all hell. Foreshadowing on that one, which I thought was hilarious. Liberating things about this game, and I still love it to this day for this, is you really don't have to go for loot in dungeons, at least not in the early ones, up until level cap. What's up, Ninny? But like, honestly, you can just basically go for glam in the early game, and it is perfectly viable. Because at some point, that's all it's going to be. It's just glam. So you have a reason to go and do this stuff, but it's not like catastrophic if you don't. It's just sort of a, whatever. Said I hate most moves. 13. Post-mobile quests are worth doing, as they're good lore dives for characters like Momodi. That's a fair point. Yet again, still need to do those. But I am lazy. Therefore. Starting to really get that edge for exploring new zones in the game. Feeling it, man. Oh, just AoE. All will be well. Starting to get a little bit of that kind of feeling though, so I might go and take one of them there meds soon, just to see how it works with me still doing stuff. Maybe I need to buy something to hydrate with. But you have to buy something to hydrate, man. Like water bottles in your house or something. You get it, I'm not hating on you, I'm just worried. Drive home, she'll be back. Drive safe, man. Always drive safe. Get home 2 minutes late, then never. Be devastated if I heard about that. Made myself sad. Cringe. Oh, yeah, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but Lizzie, being an absolute turbo chad that she is, bought me Age of Wonders 4. Soon, lots and lots of customization for your sort of personal race in that game, or your faction rather. I can't wait to play that because it looks so good, and I feel like I can bring it to the channel without too much issue. So I'm hoping, and I know I've said this 1,000 times before. Oh crap! I know I've said this 1,000 times before, but I really, really do want to bring it to the channel. Like I desperately want to expand from Final Fantasy. I know I've had that talk like 1,000 times, so I'm not gonna elaborate on it. I'm just gonna do things. Big side. Oh wait, can we just kill him? Yes, I believe we can. Okay. Bang, bang, ba-ba-booey. Ba-boo. Level up! 7. Accommodation. The tank. Never mind. The healer. What a chatting. And we're out. Did it give me loot? It did. Those actually don't look awful, but there are better options. That's a sick looking outfit. Naku, like really, you did a good job. Okay. I think I can safely switch back. I think I'm going to do Gunbreaker, just a little bit. Like I need to... A, I want to flex my elemental gear. B, I want to actually play Gunbreaker. Just immediately blast my health up to frickin' stratosphere. I could do trial. Let's do trial. Why not? Oh, I didn't actually select it. Good job, Brain. Not that it'll be on once we get in there, but you know. I appreciate you guys all hanging out, by the way. I'm going for like 2 hours now. Heck yeah, brother. Yeah, it's funny because I was looking for potential stuff. Pull glam out of it. Yeah, that's usually how I go. It's always the top too, like the chest piece. You find a really good chest piece and be like, I want to make a glam out of that. That's always how it is. Like it's never anything else. Sometimes maybe it'll be like gloves and boots, like a together kind of thing. Oh, hey dude, it's crack-a-lackin'. Ababooey. My big bang. See if I remember how to do my combo properly. Those are AoEs, I believe. Yes, they are. I don't have most of my stuff. This sucks. Yeah. Jack Chan definitely has all of the aggro. That's fine. I am staying over here and keeping my own aggro on just in case. I don't even have my second. I don't even have continuation. That sucks. Yes, there, bro. Oh, come on. How did that? I was faced away in time. Cringe. Oh, right. We gotta fight all of your minions now. Coward. At me then. Take that sword and beat your booty with it. Right. Okay, got rid of that. This is fine. Get borked. I don't even have my AoE. There we go. So is that supposed to actually do something, or... Okay. There's... Yeah, welcome back. A baboon.
I shall bury you when you least.
Really? Why did you pop that? Well, we're basically done, so fair enough. I was like, why did you pop that? There's melees in the oh, right. He's only at like 2% health. Never mind. That tracks. Oh. I wanted to honor the other tank. Wasn't fast enough. How dare I? Yeah, got Chinako. Back with sugar-free root beer. Sounds ballin'. Currently reinstalling Final Fantasy 14 because I finally decided to push past my laziness and upgrade upgrade to Windows 10 from Windows 11. Yeah, Windows 11 is a straight up downgrade at the moment. Like it's the usual Windows thing. Everyone's going to talk mess about it for a couple of years, and then eventually it's going to actually get better than the previous one. Like, I'm on Windows 11 right now. It's what came with the computer. I didn't feel like going through that hassle. Besides, I still got 10 on my laptop, and it's working fine. It's a damn shame we don't get to see mage or range. No, they're flashy as all heck. Very pretty. Get the free upgrade thing for Windows 11 every. Got in a really bad habit of not actually turning my computers off. I just kind of set them to sleep. I don't know if I want to do that one. So what LB2 is in the second 90 raid. That's just to clear the middle phases faster between bosses. That's fair. That tracks. Honestly, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm satisfied with what I've done today. Because I'm, to be perfectly honest, I really don't want to fiddle around with. This might be an option. I've heard that this was popping. As well use it since they technically disappear at the next boss. I am not knocked. Just saying. Yeah, I really do wish that there were more situations where using an LB3 for ranged or magic DPS was more appropriate. I would say the same about healing DPS, or healing DPS. It's basically a DPS, but I would say the same about healer LB3s, but those are... When you see those, it is the best thing that you have seen that day, because usually it saves a raid. Okay, I want to try queuing up for a Rival Wings, just to see how long the wait is. I'll give it about a minute. If there is a Rival Wings on, then we'll go. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to do a front line and then call it. I'm starting to feel a little bit of that blah again. I'm probably going to go and grab some of them there old meds so I can sleep a little easier. The doc gave me something that that is apparently like it's like an antihistamine or something, kind of like Benadryl. She said like that was the over-the-counter version, but that I might want to talk to my actual doctor for a more permanent solution, so I'm probably going to. But yeah, it's like hydroxyzine or something, and it works. I've only taken it once last night, and like I said, I slept really well. And yeah, it seems to work pretty well. So hopefully it has a similar effect. Your frontline mind if I join with PvPQ and your home data center is real bad. Yeah, by all means, man. Honestly, I think Range Fizz and Magic LB3 should have two versions, single target and what they currently have. Like Machinist or Bar get one big projectile and Magic gets some massive lightning strike. It would be pretty cool. It would in fact be very cool. I had an idea a while back that I thought was kind of interesting, but it would never work in live play. But I was thinking like, hey, maybe have something like the PvP LBs, like the Adrenaline Bar, but in PvE. Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool. But it would not work. It would not work in the slightest. Okay, yeah. Naku, I'm going to go ahead and invite you because I'm doing line, and then I'm probably going to call it for the day. Oh, yeah. Hell definitely would not want to. I'll invite you just in case. If you'd like to come with. If not, don't feel bad. And yes, I am going in as my elemental geared turbo chatting. Hammer down the asses. Alright. Here we go. This one's going to be pretty quick. Because this is, yeah, we're in prime PvP hours. PvPers are usually really popping from like 5 or 6 p.m. all the way to midnight and beyond a little bit. Shouldn't be too long. Imagine a machinist calling a satellite to drop a thick tungsten rod. That's not Hammer of Dawn, my guy. That's rods from God. And that would be hilarious. Weird, I never got the invite. Yeah, because you don't like PvP, hell. I automatically assume that you don't want in on PvP stuff because, like, you've told me several times you just do not like PvP. So, I mean, if you want to come with us, by all means. But I wasn't gonna invite you because I know you didn't like it. Dave, can't tell you how much I want this sniper LB for my machinist in PvE. That would be really cool, but I feel like that would be a little much. Also a fantastic idea. Fair. Honestly, if I would say it would be cool to have PvP LBs in PvE settings, but it wouldn't work. Because the PvP versions are built around being able to pop them individually. Like the Bard would be completely useless because it's a damage buff, but it also, like, the primary of it is it juices everybody else's adrenaline gauge. So I guess to an extent it would be pretty good, but that would have to be a monster of a damage buff for you to actually justify using it over another LB. And then there's certain classes like, specifically like Dark Knight and actually all of the tanks, especially Gunbreaker, because the Gunbreaker LB is just not great, but it recharges fast. That's why it's useful. Same thing with Reaper. So it would be cool, but they would have to, like, make it an individual kind of thing instead of a whole party deal. Exist in front lines and that I help to the team, but I'm also not a hindrance. Yeah, that's the sweet spot. There's just the normal PvE rotation. Yeah, it's the same thing with Warrior, to an extent Dark Knight, with a little bit of added shenanigans. Gunbreaker is just completely underwhelming, if I'm honest. If we're talking about purely PvE. PvP, though, Gunbreaker LB is nothing to sneeze at. Bard LB relay, like a minute-long damage vuln on the target. That would be cool. That would be cool, but it would also still have to, like, help boost the gauge for everybody else. A useful debuff that isn't picking dot, that's fair. Genius LB from PvP is just the snipe shot of Mysterio from whatever that means. Surprised though. Oh yeah, you're talking about the sniper robot. Yeah, that tracks. Single target LB3. Machinist happens to just do damage with theirs in PvP. That's fair. Easy to port into PvE. Others would have something different. Yeah, that's a lot more coding though, and then you have to have a separate spot for your button. I hate that I can't really see the glow on my outfit with the bike. It's big sad. The dancer single target LB will be that. Yeah, like I said, it'll just be a lot of cutting. That's fine. You have like a barrage of yeeting your shotgun. Yeehaw! I don't know why I'm playing Gunbreaker, but you know what? We'll see how this goes. Chances are not amazing. I'm gonna fight over that diamond to the south, though. That's important. This is a good place to be. Oh, never mind. This is a bad place to be. Bad, 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 bad. That's too many. Never mind. We have similar. I legitimately just need to be able to breathe for a couple of seconds. No, I'm basically perma-stunned. Playing a tank in PvP, specifically in frontline, is a bad idea. You will get got. You will get got immediately, and it will not look like an accident. Oh, what? Damn it, I don't think I got my actual... No, I did. I got something off. I didn't get a kill, but I stunned a lot of people. Probably saved a life thing. Yeah, I can't do this. Not right now. Not in the mindset for it. I will do... Fuck. It's pretty low-key in PvP. It's very, very low stress. Legit, all you gotta do is sit back, shoot, and blast. This is a bad idea. Held it. Bard is very useful in PvP. They are some of the best teammates to have, especially a good one. I don't know if I'm a good one or not, but you know. This is fine, this is fine. Get up. How did he hit me with Shadowbringer from that far off, though? That was some interesting thing. Potion move? That sounds interesting. At that point, it's basically a freaking Mortal Kombat fatality anyway, so... Sand it. Xenia when they throw it and I'd be happy. Come on. Thank you. Jesus. Okay, go off, Kings. Yeah, I'm gonna hurt you now by completely removing your ability to cast. Eat a dick. Why are you so focused on me? Like, seriously, what is the point? I'm going to leave now, and you're probably going to die. Something done right. Where the hell you think you're going? Absolutely not. Make him dead. Finally. Only took us 17 years. Where am I going? Here. Yeah, because there's a thingy up here, and we actually got it. Yay! We're going to lose so bad. There's a Turbo Mage down there. Enjoy. There's ours. LA job that doesn't have a weapon, it's possible to use RL. Breaker weapon just isn't a thing, but everything else does exist. To an extent, yeah. The scythe is also like that's not a viable battlefield weapon. And I know people hate to hear that, but it's just not. It's just not a good weapon. Everything else though, like yeah, samurai, obviously, ninja, dual daggers, debatable, but talking about the whole package, yeah, ninjas were a thing and they did work. So like one dude over here. If you're just gonna let me come over here. Oh yeah, we can't recap them, right? I'm dumb. Yeah. Funnily enough, most of the weapons in the game are fairly reasonable. Like, obviously, the Gunbreaker and to a lesser extent, the Scythe for Reaper. Debatable utility, but hello. How are you, friend? There's a white mage. Oh, come on. Why are you giving it to the two that have the highest score? I hate it when it does this. I cannot deny that size look badass. You are correct there. Ninja, die. Take it, because we're not going to get many chances to get good stuffs. Yeah, obviously the magic classes to an extent. Red mage, obviously the rapier is a very, very effective weapon. No, let's just go down the list. So like, paladin, sword and shield is potentially the most effective weapon combination in the world. Warrior, battle axe is an absolute monster. Hello, Dragoon. I don't know why you're here. Fair enough, like Slay King, but why? Yeah, everyone has buff stuff. Please leave. No. Friend! Can't even click on you. Okay, we're out. Literally. That is a black mage that has me in their sights and probably has LB up. Black mages always have LB up. I've learned that the hard way. I'm just gonna like make your life difficult. And then I'm gonna do this. I don't think I took out the samurai, but it definitely made him unhappy. White mage, shut the heck up or get down here. You don't get to just sit up there and shell. That's a black mage thing. We don't let white mages get away with that. Stay there. Now die, please. Hey, I got the kill. Sick. Oh, they come right here. Dark Knight, Greatsword. Also one of the more powerful types of weapons. That's a lot of red. Yeah, there's just not a lot we can do about that. I really hope I ruined his LB there, because I saw him pop Kazushi immediately. Slay Kings! No, friends! Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit of that sort of mild chest ache, shortness of breath. Very weird. Because I feel like I'm having a good time here, but it's like the barest thought kind of sets it off, you know? Do I? Do not like... I just realized I haven't been using my AoE this entire time, and that's a really good AoE buff. Oh, warrior. Bare minimum, you're getting the business. I'll catch up with Chad in a second, guys, I promise. Top 10 with the silence. That might have been a bad idea, actually, because this guy is going to be really annoying now. I hate how you can't retake a lot of these. Big sad. I thought we might lose this one. Oof. Machinist. Hello, friends. Goodbye, friends. Bards are very dangerous if you just let them go running around by themselves, by the way. Pretty sure yellow's going to win. Especially if red doesn't contest that diamond. But I mean, knocking on wood, we should have this one secured. If they're not stupid, which it looks like they might be. I'm gonna pop this. Of course. Because you just can't let us have fun, right? How dare. How dare I insinuate that we might make anything resembling a comeback? We're actually starting to. Oh no, yellow's here. That's the game. Because red immediately rushed here, everybody rushed here. Red could be doing literally anything else at the moment. I don't care if I die, I really want that Dark Knight to go down. I'm like, buddy, I'm supporting you. Go away. I don't like you. No one likes you. You're an annoyance. Okay, red got it. That's fine. Take me. I am ready. So, guys, you know the next patch is coming. Yeah, a month or two, from what I hear. Also, hello. 112 Famine. It sounds like a street. It sounds like a street name. There's a street around here called Fannin Street. So that's just kind of what I thought of. Not to talk smack about a homie, but it does feel like homie just popped in purely to ask when the patch was and then immediately bug out. Late May? Sick. Oh wait, that's next month. So we're getting there. We're getting close. Yeah, y'all don't expect to see me too much on the 2nd or onward. Because, that's when Age of Wonders comes out, and I will be playing that an unhealthy amount. Okay. Get him, Kings! Alright. Damage AoE. Damage AoE buff. Really want that Dragoon. I don't know if I got him or not. I was trying to keep him from getting that heal off. I didn't see him in time. Maybe I did and just wasn't paying attention. Go away, please. As long as yellow doesn't get it, I'm reasonably happy. Please. Cease your provocation. You heard? Yeah, no. No, I'll probably be streaming it or trying to. Maybe I'll do a video series on it. Finally, you know, get around to doing that stuff they keep threatening to and expanding the videos. Unlikely, but you know, man can hope. Just get AoEs in there. That's all I care about. Oh boy. Let's crap again. Dark Knight, shove off. Everybody do more damage, please. Thank you. Are you fighting me? There are plenty of better targets over there. I'm going to target you. There's no way. Even the audio can't keep up. Holy crap. Can you not, please? I try to come back here to heal. Vibe. Red's gonna take this one away. They got the center. Pentagon. Yeah, they yoinked that one. I ain't even mad. Wait a minute. Hello, machinist. Yeah, no, we're absolutely not. Everybody become buff. Fight them all. Fight them all. I'm gonna fight them all. 7 Nation Army can suck my what? I don't think we have this, but I mean, it's not looking bad. Oh my god, we actually won. Kings. Kings all around. How? Because we got that Pentagon at the last second, and that was, we were close enough, that was enough to shove us over. Because what happened there was, we had the, that one Pentagon way, way up in this area. Everyone rushed to it. That's when yellow lost their lead and red started to gain it, and then we were just kind of fighting over a little bit of everything. We managed to hang on, and I guess we were killing enough that, yeah, no, we had some really good slayers on our team. Those ninjas and that dragoon, they were putting in work. So we got that last Pentagon, and that was it. That just pushed us right over. That's why you never go up. Proud of yourself? You should be. That was a good game. For sure we were going to lose. Yeah, I was really sure as well. Like, I was pretty sure early on that yellow was going to take it, and then red started to edge in there. And like, yeah, they're hanging around like the 1580 mark. A few more kills and they just win straight up. So fair enough. And then we managed to shove yellow off of that Pentagon. I was like, oh shit, wait a minute, hold on, we might actually get this one. Yo. So that was a nice win. Our first 5 irregular tone stones of mendacity. Okay. Not sure what that means, but okay. Can I buy anything with the old stuff, though? Just shy of being able to buy some things. Ooh, I can get the ballroom etiquette. Yeah, let's do that. Just so I have something. Ooh, I don't have this card. I'll take it. And begun. And pop that, and there we go. Pop that. Oh, that's where we get the read emote. Cool. Very nice. Keep forgetting kills actually give you points. Yeah. It's easy to forget, but like, if you're playing Call of Duty in that mode and losing, you're probably gonna get got. The card can be annoying because it's from Orbone. Fair enough. Oh, by the way, can I just say that this is, to this day, one of my favorite glams? Like, seriously, look at this. Look at how beautiful my girl is. That glam is so fire, and I'm so glad that I put it together. And it's all like low-level PvP gear. I have not changed that glam in so long. And it's going to be my archer glam for the, until the end times. Anyway. Yeah, it was a good 2.5 hour stream. Considering what I've been dealing with lately, that's pretty okay. Thank you, Naku, and I think that's Jack Wolf, the other homie. I believe it's Jack Wolf's ult that's tagging along. Appreciate you guys partying with me. Just bun the party because I'm probably gonna log off. But yeah, appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out, vibing, etc. Appreciate you guys letting me essentially vent about stuff going on in life. Much appreciate it. Just out of curiosity, like before all of you go, how many of you would be interested in like tabletop wargaming kind of stuff? It's fun. I'm glad you have fun, Naku. And like I said, Naku specifically, I've mentioned a few times now. Participation is not a requirement in the server, on the channel, or anything. Don't feel bad if you're just lurking. But you are always welcome to just jump on, say hello, get a conversation started, whatever. It's not a requirement, but it is always an option. I feel so fabulous. Here, hold on. There we go. Absolutely styling. Look at this specimen. That's great, actually. And then the mini Edda there just looking like... It would be interesting. Yeah, I think so too. And I'm looking at channels like Play on Tabletop and Something Gaming. There's a bunch of channels that do like battle reports and after action kind of stuff where they sort of cast over the battle, or they cast during a recording of the battle or something like that, which I thought was really cool. I do kind of want to try that because that looks really fun, and I feel like it could bring some cool stuff to it. But yeah, we'll see. I gotta actually get the models first, and the war game that I'm looking at getting into, funnily enough, is not Warhammer. I would like to get into Warhammer. Kind of like Critical Role. Not really. Not exactly. But like, Warhammer 40k would be my go-to if I just wanted to get into like a group of wargamers. But honestly, I don't like the system as it stands right now, and it's about to change, so I don't think there's really a reason for me to get in on that. However, I do have an option to get into that. I got a bunch of old D&D books, and I'm likely never going to touch D&D again because screw wizards, basically. I'm not getting into that here, but so I've got a bunch of old D&D books that I've already talked to this guy who runs a game shop in town. I can go and trade in a bunch of these and use those to get stuff from him. However, I don't want to do that right away because there's a chance he might be getting Infinity stuff, which is the word game that I want to get into, which, by the way, if you're interested, they usually have like mostly pewter models, which is a little bit of an anomaly in this day and age. Most models are plastic. These guys use metal. Check out Corvus Belli Infinity. I love the world, the lore, everything about it. It just looks good. But yeah, I could trade in a bunch of my books and probably get like one or two Corvus Belli Infinity sets. Maybe not like sets, but like a good amount of stuff if he starts carrying it. If he doesn't, then I'm probably going to go in and trade for a Raven Guard force. And Raven Guards are the faction that I'm most likely going to main because Carcharodons are amazing. But there's a like a Raven Guard expedition box or something that has like a few of the cut down dreadnought looking things. Kayvon Shrike, who is a bomb of a character. There's a librarian with this sort of, I think it's called Phobos armor, but it's like it's got the hood and the tabard and everything. It looks kind of like what my custom character looks like because of course I made my own chapter. Then it's got a squad of eliminators, which are basically turbo snipers, and a squad of reavers, which I'm already very attached to because they just perform very well. So yeah, I have options, but mostly I just want to get into wargaming because there's something beautiful about the feeling of just moving things around a map and rolling dice, and yeah, just feels good. So not quite Critical Role, but more of like bigger battles and skirmish games kind of thing, that sort of deal. They're still vaguely along the same lines. I'd be interested because I need to learn more about other TTRPG systems. Naku, if you want, like, hit me up over DMs because I've been fiddling around with a bunch of systems recently, and like I've been looking into Starfinder, the Cipher system. I've poked at Fate a little bit. Savage Worlds is my current addiction, and Lord, I love Savage Worlds so much. It's so fun. It's also incredibly fast. You don't have to think too hard about it, and it's beautiful. But I would highly recommend Savage Worlds if you're looking for a new tabletop RPG that you don't want to spend 3 years trying to learn how to play. You just don't want them sending the goon squad after you because they sent you the wrong booster packs. That didn't happen in a state anywhere near me. There's no way. If it did, somebody would have gotten shot, and it wouldn't have been the person that was getting the shakedown. Nah. I guarantee if that happened to anyone in like Texas or Louisiana, Georgia, any of the southern states where you got us good old boys, nah, fam. They're either gonna have a warrant or they ain't getting in without bullets in them. That's how this go play. Yeah, that whole thing. I'm not gonna talk about it, but that's incredibly cringe. Yeah, 10th edition changes a lot on how it plays. Waiting till they restock Lionel Johnson. Fair enough. Terribly interested in going into any of the quote unquote big Space Marine chapters. I really do want to just make my own and kind of model it after the Raven Guard. And you can ask Ren, Mag, or Cade in my server. We've played a little bit, and we kind of poked gently at certain things. We played some low model count games, and apparently I am very good at strategy games. Our first sort of skirmish match that we just wanted to, like, bang it out and see what happens. I was playing stock Raven Guard. I had Kayvon Shrike on my squad. And Rin was playing Red Corsairs, heavy air quotes, but it was mostly Chaos Chaff. And then Cade was playing his Dark Angels with Deathwing and a couple of normal Tac Boys. So what I did during deployment is I just kind of decided, okay, I'm going to have, like, I had a half squad of Reavers, a full squad of Vanguard veterans with the jump packs, and then Kayvon Shrike, and that was pretty much it, because it was like only a 500-point game, something low like that. Maybe it was like 750, but you know what I mean. So what happened was I had my Reavers come out of outflank and engage Cade's Deathwing and his leader, Azrael. So they're fighting over there, and the Reavers have like -2 armor piercing on their bolters, their special issue bolt guns. So they're actually taking out Deathwing. Then they get into melee, and he flubs a couple of rolls. They're actually killing the squad. Then I have my main guy, Kayvon Shrike, and half of the Vanguard veterans go running in and just straight up delete Ren's entire leadership corps and one of his squads. And now they're fighting a Venom Crawler and absolutely decimating it, because Kayvon Shrike is a freaking specimen. So after our last kind of taking a turn on that, because I think that game's probably off right now. We're just moving on to other stuff now that we understand the game better. But I just kind of like was real quiet at some point, and then finally Kay just kind of popped up, was like, and then there's Devious over here, freaking Raven Guard, the man himself. And I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, I manipulated that entire situation to just favor me. And then, of course, in doing that, because I'm tying up Cade's elites, I'm also forcing his his chaff troops to fight Ren's elite troops, which are basically Chaos Spawn and a bunch of melee specific boys, and they're fighting tactical squads. So I'm just over there like, I don't have to do anything. I've got half a Vanguard vet squad in reserve. Kayvon Shrike's still very okay. Still going. I'm kind of winding it down at the moment. Just sort of chatting and vibing. Talking about stuff. Talking about war games right now specifically. Very shiny. On a related note, have you heard of a game called Tainted Grail? I have heard the name. I'm familiar with the name. I do not know exactly what it is. I've heard of it. I'm sure I've seen it. But I can't remember anything about it. I actually got one system called Lancer. My man. Which seems interesting. Got it from an old Big Humble bundle. Yes. Lancer is an amazing system. I love Lancer. I love Lancer so much. At one point, I had like all of the Lancer lore and books and all of the extras. And oh my god, I love Lancer so much. I wish I had a crew to play that with. If you get to a point where you're playing Lancer and you need a squad, like you need an extra, freaking tell me. I will make time and I will come play. Our Sprouts must be incredibly confused. Oh crap. I was wondering. You know what? Here, let me give him a reason to gawk a little bit. There we go. I'm just going to be here and be extremely fly. That works surprisingly well. See? Heck yeah, man. Naku, if you're interested in tabletop games, I've got well, okay. I was going to say I have another server where I do specifically tabletop game stuff, but that's kind of on pause at the moment because I was running a Starfinder campaign based off of or I was just running the Adventure Path Attack of the Swarm, which is cool, but I don't like how they do Attack of the Swarm. A lot of the stuff just feels way too gamey, and it's like you go in thinking, okay, we're going to be fighting a bunch of Swarm, and then half of the first book and the first half of the second book, you're not even looking at Swarm, so I'm just sitting there like, why? But that's another conversation. But yeah, Naku, if you get to a point where you want to do tabletop or you want to like get in on some tabletop, I will try to remember you, and I will actually just send me a DM later, and I'll invite you to that server. Because, like I said, we're not doing a whole lot of tabletop stuff at the moment, but that's where I will go first if I want recruits for tabletop. And you got me wanting to play Lancer again. For anyone who doesn't know, Lancer is a someone basically looked at BattleTech and Starfinder and said, "Okay, Nakis," and Lancer was born. Not literally, but that's kind of what it feels like. It's Lancer is basically tabletop RPG Gundams. It's amazing. Trying, but like I need to be dragged in, kicking and screaming to see if I like tabletop. That's fair. Now lacking some tabletop since my years-long campaign is over recently. Well, tentatively, congratulations for finishing that campaign. If you didn't finish it and it had to be something like a not so great parting, then I apologize. But yeah, man, throw me a DM at some point and I'll invite you into that server. Because like I said, right now I'm really looking into Savage Worlds, which is very easy to get into. Yeah, it was finished. Okay, cool. In that case, congratulations on finishing, because that finishing an entire campaign is great. I'm interested in Lancer, having a Gundam. Yeah, Lancer is a. Actually, let me just show you because I have most of the books. And mouse is double clicking again. Okay, I don't have as many books as I thought I did, but it's okay. Let me swap this over. Here we go. So, just because I love this so much, I want to show you guys Lancer because I fully believe that this game needs way more eyes on it. So, it's very anime inspired, as you can tell, and it's basically you have two versions of play. You have pilot gameplay, which is like your boots on the ground, actually doing stuff, and it's very narrative driven. There's not a lot of roles. It's very streamlined, and then you have the mech play, which is where all of the crunch comes in, and it's very crunchy. It's like aggressive in how much it allows you to customize. It's great. So, and to find where the different mech options are because the mech options are hilarious. Oh, here we go. Compendium. Bingo. Okay, check this out. Was 5e with a 14. Oh, was it 14 coat of paint? That's great. Honestly, I hope you were playing with Silent Soren's compendium because that would have made it even better. Honestly, that's one of the reasons that I would still play D&D 5e is to use Silent Soren's compendium and just do a Final Fantasy based campaign. But even then, I might just do Savage Worlds. But anyway, yeah. So this is all of the base level stuff you can do at level 1. You can get all of these weapons in different formats. I think I wouldn't mind tabletop, but I'm more of a ideas kind of person, so I'm very unsure about myself in actually playing. Ren loved bouncing ideas off me for D&D games. I know, I remember. You gave me some fair warning. Think we were? Yeah, probably. Silent Soren had the compendium with like all of the Final Fantasy classes and subclasses, and it was great. It'll make me want to play a Pathfinder game with a Final Fantasy conversion. It's not the worst idea. But check this out, because honestly, some of the mechs are just amazing in how they look. So there's a bunch of different like manufacturers. IPS North Star is one of my favorites. So this is Blackbeard. This thing is a melee blender, as you might imagine. And here's the Drake. It is made of minigun and chunk. The Lancaster, this is a support mech and it does its job very well. I just realized there's a little like bobblehead lady sitting there. Never noticed that before. The Nelson, frontline stabby. Piqued my interest there. It's playing a Fist of Ralgar monk. Nice. Yeah, you were definitely using that then. Here's the Raleigh. The Raleigh is like your quick draw Western kind of person. And all of these have 3 levels, by the way. So like, let's just go with the Raleigh right now. So you have license level 1, and license levels are how you level up in the game. They're kind of your actual levels, and I think you get 10 of them, and you can swap them out. So license level 1, you get breach and blast charges and a hand cannon, and that's all you get. You don't get the frame, you just get a couple of tools from the mech that you can use. Level 2, you get the Raleigh frame, which means you can actually pilot this specific mech with all of these core stats and abilities. And then the Roland Chamber, which is its own kind of ability. And then level 3, you get some more stuff. And it's like that with every single mech. So with every one of these abilities, like you don't have to use any of these abilities. You can take a hand cannon on a Lancaster up here if you want to. Like one of these things. You could put a hand cannon on this if you really wanted to. You can put a quick draw reloader on this guy for whatever reason. And all of the mechs have their own special abilities. Like, case in point, traits, Full Metal Jacket. At the end of its turn, if Raleigh hasn't made any attacks or forced any saves, it can reload all loading weapons as a free action. So basically, if you don't attack, you just get a free reload on everything. And then up here with the Nelson, momentum. Once per round after you boost, which is like an extra movement kind of thing, Nelson's next melee attack deals an extra plus 1d6 damage on hit. So all of these mechs, the frames themselves are completely independent of all of the kit that you can put on them. So like if you really wanted to, you can take the ramjet and the power knuckles from the Nelson, yeah, from the Nelson, put them on the Raleigh, and then get something like, the Tortuga down here, get a siege ram and throw that on. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. So the level of customization in this game is ridiculous. This is the Tortuga, by the way. This thing's a turbo chunk. It's great. Oh yeah, the Vlad. Some of these mechs are ridiculous in their names. It's so great. These aren't even the weird ones. Yeah, Smith Shimano Core. This is another fun one. Isn't this the one with a black hole thing? It's a laser. Yeah, that's Horus. We'll get there at some point. Trust me. Definitely getting me a lot more interested in this. Please do. Little knowledge I know about. It sounds a little like Armor Core. I think it was inspired by Armor Core to an extent. Oh yeah, the Black Witch. Right. This is your control type mech. It's basically a wizard. Lots of magnetic stuff. Death's Head. This is a sniper. Duskwing. This is a stealth mech that flies. Yeah. Metal Mark. This is your kind of sneaky, kind of melee blender. Smith Shimano core mechs tend to be very sort of covert in how they go about things, which is great. Oh yeah, Monarch. Monarch is my baby. I love this mech. Nothing terribly amazing, but here, check this out. Divine Punishment. Basically, you pop this, and everything must take an agility check or just take damage. Literally everything that you choose within 50, which is a huge area. And it's so much like you literally just decide, okay, all of this chaff no longer exists. It's great. And then of course it's got its own stuff. It's very missile centric and it flies and it's great. I love this. Morning Cloak. This is another sort of stealth weird kind of mech. And all of these are kind of different sizes too. Like the this one's a size 1. That means it's like, well, as you can see, it's about yay to a person. This is another kind of stealth sniper sort of build. And then oh yeah, we're into Horus. These are the weird ones. And the stories behind all of these are funny as hell. The stories behind Horus is great. Okay, so this is that's a size 2. That's the Baylor. It's basically made of nanite fire. I will let you draw your own conclusions about that. The Goblin, this is your hacky boy, and this is a size 1/2, which means like you can kind of see the guy inside of it. So this is a very, very small mech, but it's got some crazy hacking stuff. So this is kind of like your almost magey type character. And then what's the next one? Oh yeah, the Gorgon. This is a control style mech. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's a control type. And as you can see, it's a size 2. It's a bit bigger. And down here, Hydra. Mag loves to play this one. It is a mech that breaks itself apart into a bunch of drones. Um, I'll let you figure out if that's useful or not. And then the Manticore. Yeah, this one's weird. This one can kind of like this one's almost a an Aloha snack bar kind of player, if that makes sense. But yeah, you get some weird stuff to do with Horus mechs. They're generally for the people who just want to be different. The Minotaur, it's made of chunk. I think it's got like a black hole cannon or something. Um, the Pegasus. This is the really weird one. So that thing on his back, that's its actual weapon. You literally have reality breaks that you shoot at the enemy, and it does weirdness. And that's just Horus. Like, is it the mimic gun? Yeah, I think it's the mimic gun. Has no basic form, constantly contorts itself into weird shapes, and it does things. It does weird things. I'm in love with some of these. I know they're so cool. And then, oh yeah, Harrison Armory. These are some of my favorites as well. I love Smith Shimano Core, but there's something beautiful about Harrison Armory mechs. This is the Barbarossa. This is the only size 3 in the base game. It is an artillery demon. And it is also, it actually doesn't have like super amazing armor, but it's pretty tough. Like just generally, it's fairly chunk. It's fairly strong. And if you just want a big mech, you're usually gonna dip a little into Barbarossa. And yeah, you've got a whole bunch of different charges that you can use with its rail cannon. Get an auto loader, flak launcher, external ammo feed. There's the siege cannon, super heavy cannon. The Genghis, this one is made of fire. So these are really silly. Very much so. But again, this is very much somebody just went, okay, what if Gundam but tabletop? And then they went completely haywire. But yeah, this one, Genghis is made of heat and fire and all kinds of fun stuff and explosive vents. You could basically vent your heat and you weaponize that into blasting something around. Breaking reality is a weapon that I should never have in my hands and I want it. Hey, if you want to play Lancer, if we can get enough people on, you can totally run a Pegasus. Yeah, the Iskander, this one's interesting. This is like, it lays cryo mines. And it's not even cryo mines, actually. It's like gravity mines. Yeah, it does gravity stuff. Okay. And that's more of a control type thing. Oh, yeah, it has a Tesseract. That's fine. Napoleon, this one's very, very chunky, very shield heavy. This is very survivable type of mech. Saladin. This is another shieldy type of mech. This is one that Cade played actually. Choking into kicking and screaming. Yeah. Dead. I would probably start you off on more something like Savage Worlds, just because it's simpler and easier to get into. Because like it's not hard to get into Lancer compared to other games, but it is still kind of a thing. Like I don't really want to start someone on Lancer. Like I want to get into something where they can just throw dice a little bit and get used to the tabletop thing. This is the Sherman. Yeah, Sherman. This is like your most baseline rifleman type of. I'm gonna march at them until they go down. Oh yeah, the Tokugawa. This one's great. I love this one. The Tokugawa is very interesting because there's a mechanic in this game called heat, and what you do is you build up your heat to a point that it is almost hurting you, and then you weaponize it into your plasma swords and slice and dice become blender Beyblade all around and everything goes down. So it's a very delicate dance with death that you're doing with the Tokugawa. It's not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that much for free. And we're getting to the GM stuff. However, I have an expansion. Okay, so you guys can still see this. This is the long rim. This is like the first fan-made expansion to it. And here we go. So the long rim added a few mechs, as you may see. It added the Atlas. This is literally that dude from Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. It is made of samurai and speed, and I am going to hit you so hard you will not know what happened, and I'm already gone. Yeah, Jägerkunst. It's a movement ability. The Crow Rifle's pretty good if I remember correctly. Ricochet Blades, pretty okay. Multi-gear maneuvering system, literally Attack on Titan shenanigans. Terashima Blade. You literally have a troll stance. I will not be explaining anymore. Caliban. This is a living pinball because, as you can see, like that is a person's actual hand. Like that is the person inside of this quote unquote mech. This is basically an oversized suit of powered armor. This thing is made of hate and fury and making things happen. This is the Doomslayer mech. You get a flare shotgun that is built into the mech, which is great. Heavy launcher, I don't even know what that does. I ain't even gonna look at it. Supermassive mod. Basically, you pick one and it gets overkill and knockback, which you're going to be picking your HHS 155 Cannibal double barrel shotgun, by the way. Yeah, no, I just it's literally the Doomslayer. And then there's the Kobold. This is another small hacky kind of mech, and this one is really spicy from what I remember. It's very similar to the Goblin. That one might not. It might be something else. It might be more of a heat specific one. The Lich caster and it refuses to die. That's all you need to know. And then there's my boy. Oh yeah, the Sunzi. This one is thinking with portals, as you may imagine. Then the Zhang. This one, as you may gather, is the punch, is what he do. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this because otherwise I will literally be here for hours and hours. But yeah, Lancer stuff, I think you can get it on like itch.io or you just Google Lancer RPG and you can find their site. I'm not sponsored, God, I would love to be. But yeah, Lancer is so cool. If you're interested in Lancer specific stuff and how to play, look up, I think it's 11 Dragon Kid on YouTube. He does very good, very, very good Lancer videos. And he hasn't been doing stuff too much with them, but he's got a series where he would run through a battle scenario. And that was how I learned to play the mech portion of the game. It was really easy to kind of absorb and learn. Let me catch up on chat because I've been ranting for a while here. This reminded me of something. Ever hear of a TTRPG called Myriad Song or Iron Claw from Sanguine Games? That is one that I haven't heard of, I must admit. Well, I am intrigued. Yeah, Lancer is a great game. It's just it's very simple on the surface, but the sheer amount of customization, it becomes way too crunchy for some people. And as a GM, it is a nightmare. Because even in the base core game, you never know what your players are going to do, and they can do some really spicy stuff by level 3. So you either got to be careful or you got to be ready. The only thing that breaks my brain are stat sort of stuff. I'm horrible with that stuff. Yeah, it's totally fine. And again, that's why I wanted to kind of poke at Savage Worlds a little bit. Like, okay, we're apparently just having Final Fantasy on as background noise. I'm going to fire up Foundry, which is my preferred virtual tabletop. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what Savage Worlds looks like. So, huh. Cannot find. There it is. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Went back to Final Fantasy. Okay, so just to give you an idea what's going on here, I'm gonna go with one of my boys. So now let's go with these two. I created these to be kind of like proxies in to help skirmish. Both use the same system, but MS is spacefaring sci-fi adventures. One Iron Claws. I've noticed that a lot of more medieval fantasy with furries. I've noticed that a lot of systems do that. Like you have, I think it's Iron Sworn and a sci-fi version of Iron Sworn. I forgot what it's called. And then there's similar versions. Like obviously there's Warhammer and Warhammer 40K. There's all kinds of stuff. Like people really enjoy giving options. But okay, so quick rundown on at least this specifically for Dead. You have 5 base skills or attributes. Hold on. Dead letting me know that he's going out again. Okay, so just to get this out of the way, let's talk stats. So, attributes. You have 5 of them: agility, smarts, spirit, strength, vigor. You don't use these too often, but when you do, it's good to know what they are. In Savage Worlds, you start with a D4, which is your baseline. You have 5 points. Every one of them is 1 dice level up. So you spend 1 point, you get a D6. You spend another point, you get a D8. And this is what I ended up with after I did all of the character creation stuff. I know it doesn't add up. Just trust me, I did do it right. And then you have a bunch of skills, but not all of these are always on your bar. If you make a new character, just give him a little blah, you only have these 5 base skills and unskilled attempts. And all of these 5 base skills, which is stuff that everyone has that can naturally do, so athletics, common knowledge, notice, which is like perception, persuasion, talking to people, and stealth, you all have at a baseline 4. Then you have points that you spend on those. If you want to do anything in the game, then all you do is, and this is where a lot of people I think kind of get a little shaky on it. If you want to do something in the game, there is no limit to what you can do. It is the game master's job to decide what skill is related to what you're asking to do. So, like, say say my two boys here were in a firefight and Daedalus wants to climb up a wall to get a better vantage point. Then now I, as the GM, have to decide, okay, he's climbing up a wall. What kind of skill is that? Probably going to be athletics. So then I say, okay, give me an athletics roll. And then in Savage Worlds, you roll it. If you're doing multiple actions, you get a penalty, but we're just doing the one right now. So you roll, you get a 5. In Savage Worlds, you're always looking for a 4 or an opposed test. So a 5 would be a success without a raise. A raise would be like a critical success. So you got a 5. He got a success. I'm like, okay. So Daedalus manages to scramble his way up the wall and get up there. But now you're kind of seen by everyone. And now let's say Icarus is on the other side of this. I was like, okay, Icarus sees Daedalus up on the wall. He wants to take a shot at him. So now I say, okay, roll your shooting. And that's a 2. That's a fail. So, okay, so Icarus takes a shot with his good old Smith & Wesson, and the shot bounces off of the wall beneath Daedalus. And it just goes back and forth like that. So, sorry to like drag this out, but generally tabletop RPGs are very, very simple in how they go from the player side. The complex stuff gets into when you're like trying to optimize a build or GMing. Pretty similar to the MSIC system. Each point is a stat increase. That says the dice. It might be Savage Worlds iterative. It's entirely possible. Savage Worlds has been around for a while, and I'm just kind of getting a hold of it. But the system itself it's so clean, and it's so easy to like throw something together. Great. But anyway, yeah. Again, sorry to just kind of drag that out. I wanted to kind of get in and show any of you who may be on the fence about doing tabletop stuff a little something. And Dad, I hope that kind of helps alleviate the kind of the jitters of looking at tabletop a little bit. I will still do my absolute best to drag you in kicking and screaming the next time we do a tabletop thing. But just wanted to kind of give you that little prod into things. Anyway. It's okay, I've just never been exposed to tabletop. Yeah, man. Always welcome to pop over and just like, if I ever make a call out for players or something, don't be afraid to hit me up. I will try to make a point to specifically ping you. But yeah. All right. Before I get to absolutely ranting my butt off again, I'll bring the rope. Okay, I'll try not to get thrown off. Takes me a while to get used to, but like I wish to try. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. And I understand, like, everyone has a different level of kind of tolerance for both roleplay and just doing tabletop in general. Some people find it really frustrating. Other people find it, just best things in sliced bread. So, but yeah, I will try and involve you. Yeah, ping me and annoy me. But anyway, yeah, this turned out to be a good stream. I'm glad I decided to do this, despite how I was feeling kind of on the edge a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop off now. Next, I don't know when the next stream is going to be, but is it too late to tell you that you got a very soothing voice? It does kind of depend on which voice I'm using at which time, because, I've got my sort of chill, just vibing, don't really want to do anything kind of voice. And then I've got my really high energy, like, let's freaking go kind of voice, which obviously I'm kind of having to force right now, but I've always kind of been aware that I have a little bit of an ASMR type voice. That would be very weird. I think someone mentioned, like, it's been over a year now, but somebody mentions like, "Hey, dude, you ever do ASMR?" And I just kind of froze. Like, why would I ever do? Wait a minute. Crap. Crap. I think that would actually work. Else comes first. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna pop off, go grab one of those meds so I can sleep a little bit better. Which is prescription, by the way. I'd never recommend self-medicating. Unless it's like dire emergency. But even then, please be careful. Always seek professional help if you need it. But yeah, I'm gonna grab one of those, chillax a little bit, get some sleep, come back and hit it tomorrow. So I wish you a good night and look forward to your next stream. Hopefully one filled with designs to kill gods. Hey, you never know. Next stream I might throw together some Savage World stuff and we'll do a little bit of that thing that I just showed you. I've been trying to design a set of like profiles and rules to use as a skirmish style game. Like, I give a bunch of people these ACRs, which are kind of like robots that follow orders. Then I have one player on one side, one player on the other side, and just see who wins. Because I've been in a really wargaming kind of mood. And Savage World just plays really well. I'm still balancing it, though. So, well, I might work on that tomorrow. Or the next day, whenever I stream next. You never know. There's been a lot of my folks, like... my voice surprises me. Well, it's not that I get a really deep, sonorous tone, if you will. Sonorous, that's not the right context, but you know. Yeah, I've always had a deep voice. Always been aware of it. Still occasionally think about the Chivalry Day. That was weird. Put Warframes into Savage Worlds. Absolutely. So, funnily enough, Savage Worlds has magic built into it, but it's built in such a way that you have a bunch of very generic spells, and then trappings, which are kind of like your specific flavors to the spell. So, prime example, I was playing in a 40k flavored Savage Worlds game up until very recently. We actually finished it. It was a very short campaign. But my character was is officially called a mind melter, which is like this psionic operative kind of thing. And I flavored it as he's a rogue psyker who is just really impossibly strong-willed, and so has command over a Cornite demon that he uses in his arm blades, which is very interesting up until you realize, oh hey, there's a Grey Knight in my squad. Ask Rin or Kate about that if you ever want to see how that went. Or Mag. Mag was there too. The spells are such that my character had a spell that's just called Bolt. And Bolt is a generic ranged attack that you use as part of a psionic ability. So I flavored it a few different ways. Like, every time my character casts, he would, like, clap his hands together Full Metal Alchemist style and then just rip a hole into the warp where his particular demon friend resided and then just yank energy out of that and throw it at people. At the very end, when we were fighting this, like, big bad demon, Zinch or something, my character just kind of popped up. I double critted on a multicast of Bolt. And the way I flavored it is Darren, my character's name, just jumps up, rips the hole, and there's the Corn Demon, which is like a bloodletter, kind of leaning out with these two javelins. And then they throw them together and just 1-2 into this Zinch demon and just kill her outright. So you can totally flavor however you want. And it would probably be very easy to input Warframes into Savage Worlds if you just ignore the character creation rules entirely. And getting the different weapons in there might be a little tricky, but that's just a few special rules. And you got to figure out damage and armor piercing values and stuff like that. But It's doable. And Bolt isn't the only one. You have Blast, which is like your AoE spell. You have a couple of manipulation spells like Puppet, and I think Possess is another one. I could be wrong. Empathy is another one where you kind of read somebody's mind. There's area manipulation spells like illusion type stuff. There's transportation spells, generic teleport, movement. There's buffs, all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, you can, if you really put your mind to it and you really knuckle down and kind of fiddle with it, you can totally put Warframes into Savage Worlds. I really need to stop ranting so much. I mean, you guys are still here, so you're clearly enjoying it, but like I latch onto a thread and just my brain immediately goes tangent, go, 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 go. That's a bit awkward, but hey, as long as you guys are enjoying. Hydration check, by the way. See, to be fair, I think that's just like an ADHD kind of thing. Thank you to the two homies who have been here making me sparkly this entire time. That's what my brain is saying. I'm going to say, so I have noticed that in a lot of gaming servers, actually, a lot of the people who are active usually tend to be people with like any number of things. So like ADD, ADHD, I don't know which one is which anymore. Just I know they're both a thing. OCD, dyslexia is another big one, but just generally not all perfect in the brain. And yeah, generally online groups, there's quite a few. It's called passion law. That's fair. Got to keep that brain going. Yeah, no. No, honestly, I could talk tabletop for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and absolutely bore the crap out of you with it, but nah, as stands at the moment, I'm actually feeling good. So thank you guys for being here, keeping me engaged. I was thinking in the box, I threw that box in the acid I had set on fire long ago. That's great. Dad, another thing that you'd probably like is the how do you want to do this moment? Which is basically when the GM is like, okay, you finally kill this big bad enemy that's been annoying your party for like weeks and weeks of IRL time. You finally got him. How do you want to do this? How do you want to land the killing blow? And then you can just describe how it goes within reason, of course. Like if you have a turbo chunk kind of dude, you can't like ballet kick him in the face. Unless, you know, the situation calls for that, in which case that would be hilarious. But yeah, like you can choose how things go narratively sometimes, which is really cool. And I think you would enjoy that. Like case in point, one of my favorite ones was in a D&D game. It's in like my longest running D&D game that I've actually finished. We went into an ant colony, and I know I'm ranting again, but this is just a fun story. But we went into this giant ant colony, and we finally got up to the queen, who is absolutely bodying a couple of us. So what I did is I said, okay, I've got the action surge. I gotta burn it now because I'm the fighter with the big hammer, right? I was like, okay, I run up, I hit her once, an action surge, and I hit her again. The DM goes, okay, cool, roll him. I hit twice, one of them's a crit, I roll really high on the damage, and the DM just goes, okay, how do you want to do this? And I'm just like, yes! I was like, okay, hammer down on the head, get a good bonk, and sort of twist, spin around, and hammer, uppercut, knock her head right off her shoulders. And everyone else is like, oh! It's just a really freaking cool moment. And those happen a lot. A good DM will have you doing a lot of those moments. I say good DM. There's no such thing as a bad DM without malicious intent. Because you can have an inexperienced DM, but inexperienced DMs are not bad DMs. Don't let anyone tell you that. You can be brand freaking new and the best DM in your state. As long as you care about your players having fun. Hammer time! Yeah, that character was ridiculous. The amount of BS I got up to with a hammer, like, that started my love of the mall in D&D, just because big hammer go bonk. It's so much fun. Best exploit so far is what me and my friends call the Great Garlean Booze Heist. I don't want to know. That sounds like some crap we'd get up to. It'll get me worked up wanting to play some D&D now. Or not D&D, but like tabletop in general. I've always wanted to do a live play. Like Critical Role, but I know for a fact I won't be able to hold up that level of quality as the GM. And as much as it hurts, I really just I know I don't have the ability to do it. Not in a healthy way anyway. Like I could probably force my way through it, but I don't think anyone wants to see that. We could just throw together some one-shots here and there and do those. But I'm also really bad at making one-shots. I get carried away with time. They usually end up being 2 shots. Anyway. I don't know, maybe I'll do some battle reports with that like skirmish style game that I was talking about. That'd be fun. It's more of they got used to going for so long. Very possible. Anyway. Before I get into another rant, I'm going to pop off. I'm going to get some rest. Probably going to have to go clean a crap load of glass tomorrow, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Because I haven't cleaned any of it, and my dad needs it cleaned. That's on me. But yeah, I'm glad we could have this talk about several things. And, yeah, Dead, Naku, Razuna even, if you're interested. Anyone else who is hanging out in here. Jack Wolf, you as one. You qualify. If anyone, like, wants to get into tabletop stuff, then, like, I'll usually ask for volunteers on my actual tabletop server, which I'm not really using at the moment. And then I'll kind of extend that to the channel, like, the actual Discord that all of you are on. So if y'all see that, freaking hit me up, man. Or hey, if you want to get into the that other Discord, freaking DM me and I'll send you an invite. It's not an exclusive club. It's literally just whoever wants to get annoyed by me more. But yeah. Drag ran into because he's constantly my partner in crime. That sounds about right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to drop it off here. Thank you so much for being out and for chatting with me at this very late hour. Very much appreciate it. But y'all have a good one. See y'all when I see y'all. And see y'all next round. That was a terrible outro. Y'all have a good one.